interviewing one of our own members. Next. Welcome everybody to the Home Cooked Foodcast. We are your latest edition. We are back here with regular programming at 7 o'clock. I am Lennon's Kitchen. Of course, I am proud to bring in two people here. We have, of course, Mr. Nihar.
Hey, what's up?
Yes, from Quiet Dreams Hypnosis and Elapsed Beats and Cyclone. Yes. And, of course, we have our next member, Mr. Christian Durham, a.k.a. Gunshot. My goodness, he changes his name so much. Yes.
I changed the name of my username because CBW is no longer a thing. So the Backyard Wrestling show I run now is HFW.
HFW, thank you. Yes, HFW. And now, guys, we have the man of the hour, the one, the only, the person that has recently joined the Home Cooked Foodcast and Lennon's Kitchen, the outcast behind the Hangman Outcast, the horror of horrors, and, of course, the one person that has a Spotify channel called the Cult of Horror Podcast and TikTok, the one, the only, Mr. Hangman Charlie.
He's also.
Shit! Sorry, I was taking some time to myself, some TLC. Let me back on. Okay.
Your improv is what gets people to your channel. I mean, it's what makes you popular.
I forgot. You forgot one thing, Lynn. Hangman is also the porn watcher of this group.
And he is also your local sex expert.
Yes. Onlyfans.com/hungchug. You'll find all the stuff. All the good stuff.
But yes, we are interviewing one of our own today. We are interviewing Mr. Charlie here.
Yes.
Yo, before we get into the interview, can we just admire Lennon's eyebrows over here? They look like caterpillars. They're amazing. Admire his eyebrows for a second.
Yeah.
All right, we have the one, the only Mr. Rambling Hick in the chat.
What's up?
Yes. Hey, Rambling Hick.
Feel free in the comments, whoever comes in, to throw in some questions if you want to ask things, and we'll see if we can get to your questions.
Yes, exactly.
I am bald. I am bald. I shaved my head. Because I think Lennon knows, but I do this thing on Facebook called the Promo World, where it's essentially
I like sex and I like to fuck. Oh, there we go. Then we'll get along just fine, Rambling Hick. My bad.
Christ. But if you don't know, I do this thing on Facebook called the Promo World. It's pretty much essentially what it is talk shit on somebody, they talk shit back, and it's kind of like how when a wrestler gets in the ring and they're doing it out on a microphone. That's pretty much what we do. It's called the Promo World. And whoever talks the best shit gets to win titles and all of that. So there's a chick that I know from that, right? Her daughter got leukemia, and her daughter didn't want to go bald. Her daughter didn't want to go to school bald by herself. So I had shaved my head so her daughter wouldn't be the only person that goes bald. So I shaved my head just for her.
Yes, wow, and that is a really cool thing that you did, Christian, because not a lot of people really go that far to show support for somebody that's actually going through cancer.
Yeah.
So shout out to you and awesome job, man. That took a lot of guts, dude, because not a lot of people have the heart to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, so of course, this guy over here does. You can turn your camera on if you want, mister.
I'm naked, ho. No, I'm kidding. If you want to see what all is about, but this ain't the side to do it. Got to pay $59.99 for 1 month of the OnlyFans.
Or subscribe to Hangman Charlie and do it.
Oh
Well, you won't see me naked there either. But yeah, I got my shirt on. But do I have pants on? Well, I guess you won't know.
Charlie, get your mic.
I don't want because I get the mic. I'm gonna have to plug it in and fucking I gotta put the headset. It's I can't do it when I have more than one person in here. Like okay,
he doesn't have pants on. He doesn't have pants on. So we're not gonna make.
Yeah, so I have to get up and all that shit. So what do I have an extra cigarette?
What?
This person has a question, Lennon. You might want to read that. Wait, I'll read it.
Yes, Lennon, read that question.
Yeah, I got
Lennon can read that.
Yeah, Lennon, read the question and don't stop. Just read it all around.
No, go ahead and say it.
Okay,
No,
I got a question. What's the biggest pecker woman like to suck on?
Oh my goodness! Really rambling Hick? Really rambling Hick?
Well, some girls like them big, some girls like them small, some girls like them medium. You know, it just depends. I know some girls who have a big ass cock in them. And
all right, Charlie. This is the home cooked foodcaster, not the.
This is the co-host. There was no
This is a
discussion on
PG
it.
friendly channel.
Okay, all right. Questions about food. Let's not turn this into Pornhub.
Rambling Hick.
No, it'll become HC Hub.
If you wanna check out Mr. Charlie's channel, please subscribe to Hangman Charlie. Oh, if only you were there.
Lennon, I've got a good idea though. We could make a Pornhub type channel. It'd be called Cornhub.
Pornhub.
Pornhub, I know, right?
Cornhub. We'll talk about corn, Spanish corn, hominy, whatever you feel like.
Probably there's probably already a website where girls like to stuff the corns up their snatches. So you never know.
Oh,
okay.
They do food related stuff, so I wouldn't be shocked if corn, like cucumbers and all that, but corn would sound better.
Banana
rhymes.
Oh my god. Any questions that's not related to anything that no. Any questions about food, please?
Anybody got a question? Let's get to some of the basic questions about Mr. Hangman Charlie.
Yeah,
does anybody got questions about Charlie? Like,
okay, Rambling Hick, I'm going to bring you in here.
Let's see. We got Chase Collectibles in here. He says, "I thought the stream was about food, but from the title. But as soon as I click, I'm hearing stuff about peckers. Like, geez."
Hey Chase, how are you doing?
I've seen. Rambling Hick says, "I've seen some kinky shit." Oh yes, you and me both, pal.
Oh my god, dude!
I've got stories, but I'm not going to go into detail with them. But I got stories.
He's got stories, yes.
Let's get into some basic questions about Mr.
Yeah, because it just doesn't need to be about food. Like food.
Like,
food yeah. What goes in my?
What inspired you to start your YouTube channel? What inspired you to be a creator? Like,
there we go. Finally, someone with a question. It's not sex related. Okay, good. Anyway. What started? Well, it was like it's a long story, but back then I was watching like YouTube. Back then I was watching like Chris Stuckman, John Campea with I think it was AMC Movie Talk at the time. So my inspirations in regards to film, they're film critics and shit like that. So that was like what started originally inspired me to start my channel. And originally, I started in. I didn't really go full force on until 2017, but I originally
2013 you opened your channel. I remember.
Yeah, 2013 I started it. But
you can give some like brief summary of like some of the stuff you did in 2013 or little things.
I don't even because even when I rebranded, I didn't even have it there. But as far as fucking. That I remember I did I think the top 10 worst movies of 2013, which I know A Good Day to Die Hard was in there. And then I did like okay, Remo Hick, I'll make sure to subscribe. But But what else is? So I did that. I think I did best movies of the year. Again, all that was a blur because it's been almost 10 years. But at the time, the old saying is with YouTube, usually most YouTubers don't last more than I think 60 to 90 days. When they last more than that, usually that means they stay. So with me, I did a few videos. I kind of got bored of it. And plus at the time, I didn't have like the internet.
It really helps when you have a supportive group of friends to be there for you. And so we'll get into, you eventually being part of the original YouTube group where you met us, what inspired you to go into that.
Because this goes into 2017 of when I started doing it full force. So at the time in 2013, I had an Apple laptop. I didn't have like internet in home. I had to go, I had like record stuff there. Then I'd have to go to a library or McDonald's to fucking upload it. So it became tedious to me. So I got bored of it and I just stopped doing it for years. So anyway, going into 2017, at the time I was like in a relationship and all that sort of stuff. And I got like a phone for a Father's Day gift. So anyway, I got that. And so I had like internet and all that shit. I could do vlogs and shit. But then I met this one chick that I got in a relationship with, which also I met my best friend from it. One of my best friends. But so then meeting her, she was doing a YouTube channel, which she stopped doing videos, I think 2 years ago. Anyway, so she was kind of, her and one of my best friends were kind of the people that got me into the channel. Long story short, me and her didn't last long. And then I just kind of went to do my own thing for a little bit and just had different ideas. I was trying to keep it as a movie channel. And then I did vlogs and I did like, I tried to do some comedy stuff, story time with the Hangman and all this. I was like, hello, Bumble and Hick. So I did all that stuff. And I was just trying to find like my niche in that regard. And it wasn't really, I would say, until even 2018. 2018 was like the first year I remember I had a video go past like 500 views. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't really until 2019 into 2020 where the channel really took off. Now,
you have a video about, I don't remember. I think it was either a wrestling video or something else. I don't know if that was 2018 or 2019. I remember that got like 600 plus views. It
was 2020. Now, all my old videos are gone. Just FYI for anybody thinking about checking it out. That's some decision I made But as far as that, I made I think it was WWE 2K20. I made my review / rant of that, and that was my first video to get past 1,000 views. And then it was when I talked about Becky Lynch, who's a wrestler in WWE who got pregnant. Did that is before she announced it on Raw, so I was basically wanting to be able to.
Oh, you did the review about the Meg and then something else.
The Meg was the first video
that got like 700 views.
Yeah, and then the Becky Lynch one got 4,000, and that was, I think, to this day, still the most viewed video. I had one other video, which was, I think, the 50th episode of the Hangman Outcast that got 3,000. But other than that, it was. I think that was the main one that stuck. That was still.
So another thing is, let's talk about, and you don't necessarily have to bring in the negative aspects of this, but kind of talk about your decision to sign up for the original YouTube meeting and connecting with us through that, and then eventually like a positive spin on your decision to go your own way and grow your channel.
Wait.
Coming in and out of that group.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt you. Before he gets into that, I actually had a question for him because Lennon kind of brought this up when he was introducing him. I couldn't help to notice that Lennon was like, Hangman does like some horror stuff. So like, Hangman, what made you want to do like horror stuff? Like, just out of curiosity.
Oh, like movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, I've been watching horror movies since like I was a little kid. Like the first horror movie I saw was 4 years old, and I've always said about this. Saw my first pair of breasts at 4 years old in the original Fright Night movie. Back then I didn't know what to think of it, but now I do. Anyway, so I was watching like Fright Night, Halloween 4, all that stuff, and then even when I was watching like TV, I was watching kids shows at that age, like Johnny Bravo, Ed, Edd n Eddy, stuff from the 90s and shit, Looney Tunes. But my main two interests in terms of television was wrestling and was something horror-centric. So, like, one of my favorite cartoons of all time was Courage the Cowardly Dog. More adult was, like, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I loved that show when I was growing up. But I've always been fascinated because there's so many different ways you can go with horror that not a lot of other genres can do, and we all like to get scared at one point. It's like two things I usually always say: we all like to get scared, and we all like to fuck. But at least like there are some people that don't. But that's the mantra. But anyway, with horror, it was just the fascination with it. Why do people do the things they do? And as I got older, I went from just loving slasher movies and some supernatural movies to liking thought-provoking horror movies that made you think. That wasn't just like, oh, there's these horrors out in the fucking camp and this guy in the hockey mask is going to slice them up and all that stuff. That stuff's entertaining to me, but I also like movies that make you think and even thinking for a long time. So like movies that I could think of currently was Hereditary and The Lighthouse and Midsommar. Some movies that. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt you. No, there's a few horror movies that I like that I feel that don't get like shown enough love. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, Charlie, but it came out in 2001. I really enjoyed the movie Bones. It had Snoop Dogg in it, and Snoop Dogg was the killer. Yes. I really enjoyed that. Another movie that I really enjoyed that does not get shown enough love, and I enjoyed both its sequels and the remake that came out in 2009. I love that movie. The remake that came out in 2009, and I love the original movie, and I love the two sequels that came out with it, was the Stepfather films. I quite enjoyed those.
Oh, yes. Okay, and that's another one. It's funny. I have a lot of, like, Blu-ray.
Yeah,
that's the original.
I love the sequel to that and the third movie, and I love the remake that came out in 2009 too. All of the films are fantastic.
Yeah, I did not like the remake as much because I still enjoy it. I enjoy it enough to have it in the collection, but with the remake, I just like. I actually, funny enough, I had a talk with a friend of mine last night on a stream about this. I was talking about the original. One thing I love about film and good filmmakers is that they could sometimes tell you everything you need to know without saying nothing. And there's that one scene when Terry O'Quinn was just staring at a family. No words, no music, and you could see his struggle inside him just by his facial reactions. Yeah. So but yeah, and it's funny because I'm a big fan of the show You on Netflix, and Penn Badgley was in the remake of The Stepfather. For those of you who do not know, and Amber Heard, but I did not talk about her.
Before you get into the question that Nihard asked you, I also happen to be a big wrestling fan myself. I happened to get this yesterday.
Oh, nice. What? Oh, that's from WrestleMania. That was from, what was it? Is it Charlotte? Yeah, it's from 36 when they had that match. Oh, God. Getting flashbacks to that.
Yeah, Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. And I also, if you guys did not know, I'm actually a pro wrestler. I work for the All-American Wrestling Federation. I happen to play a luchador character, and this is my mask. Right here, actually.
Oh, nice. That's a nice mask.
Anyway, sorry, I will not interrupt anybody. Anyway, Charlie, go on and answer Nihar's question that he asked.
Okay, so to answer with that, I was going. It was in 2018 when all this happened. When I left. When I came into this, it'll be shit'll be what 3 years in the fall since a lot of us. Since I know me and Lynn, I think you came in near the fall as well, Nihar.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So we met. So I was going through a lot of personal stuff at the time, and I was still trying to grow the YouTube channel. And so I was starting to I was trying to look for things to do, and it was a friend, not a friend anymore, but there was this one chick who told me about this YouTube group. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And so I came in, and I enjoyed the vibe of everything at the time, and that's how me and Lennon met. And it was so funny because I've always said, me and Lennon are very polar opposites. Same with me and Nihar. Like I can't if I talk about like either sexcapades or anything, it's not going to be something that Lennon or Nihar are going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that one time I banged that one bitch or something like that. But I talk about horror films, they will listen, but it's not something that they can just be like, oh yeah. Like Lennon and I could probably talk about Family Guy and American Dad, because anytime I've hung out with Lennon, that's usually what's on the background.
Yes.
I've even told Lennon that his brother and I would probably feel like I wouldn't have been shocked if I met him one day, and I'll be like, we clicked off very well just because of just the personality. But Lennon, but the old saying is opposites attract, So I've always said that. Even though Lennon, me and Nihar, because Nihar and me, we bond over cuisine. Like we'll go to this random, and Lennon too, but like Nihar will take me sometimes like I'm not the biggest Indian food person. He took me to this buffet, right? And I walked in. I don't know if I ever told him this, but I smelled the food, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, this is worse than Arby's, and I love Arby's. But I was like, if you ever go into an Arby's, Arby's has that smell. So I go in there, and I'm like, I don't know. And funny enough, got the food, went back to his place, and fuck it was actually really fucking good. So I was like, oh, I was wrong. The food smelled like shit, but the food was actually really good.
It's actually funny because I actually today I actually had curry for lunch.
Oh, curry's so good.
Really
I got that. That was like the one thing because I literally looked at everything. I'm like, I don't know what I want. Like I have a buffet not too far from where I'm at. It's like a Chinese buffet, and they have basically anything I want. So if I want wings, they have wings. If I want fucking steak, they have steak. If I want fucking crab cheese, like whatever the fuck it's called, I have that too. Teriyaki chicken. But like there, it was like I just didn't know. But yeah, it was. So never judge a book by its cover. I'll at least say that.
And hello, Chase.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Lennon. I've talked long about that.
Goddamn. I won't be on too long because I do a stream in a bit, but I just want to say what's up, Lennon. Got your notification. I thought it was about food. You got me all fucked up when you're talking about fucking peckers and fat chicks. Already, like, what the fuck are you gonna stop?
And then, Charlie, about your desire to lead your own group. Your continuation after being part of the YouTube group into leading on your own.
Oh, the YouTube. Okay, it was originally YouTube Renegades and it was the Creator Renegades. Well, without going too much into detail, I was dissatisfied with a lot of the decisions going on in the other group. And I felt like that I called it my Cody Rhodes moment, which is now funny because he's possibly going back to WWE, but where I was going to have a bigger group and a more connected group. And that was the goal from the beginning, was to kind of take what I learned from that group and improve upon it and add things to make it my own. Yeah. And for almost 2 years, it was very successful. And, but yeah, I don't like, even we outlasted the other group, and and some
even though it broke down, it was still a great learning lesson and stepping stone for you being, part of a group to leading a group. And I think that was a really great thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah, and I will say this is that even when everything happened and the group dissolved, the group never. We kind of went to our own thing. So like, I feel like without me being that driving force, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but without me being that driving force, I don't think that group would have survived even the first year.
Yeah,
because I was driven by the desire to be the best group. At least
Well, if I keep going, I have two small questions, one for Lennon and one for Chayton. I guess we'll start with Lennon. Lennon, will you be at AEW next month?
That depends on a few things, transportation and stuff. But I will see what I can do.
Like, have you seen how far you are from the stadium? I've seen you screenshots of how much tickets are, what's available. And if you need help with transportation, I could just pick you up, or maybe we could finally meet in person.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, let's talk about that off the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, because tickets aren't that expensive. I'll be real with you, Lennon. Tickets aren't that expensive.
Yeah,
I've already sent him, like, there's some at $35 or some up to $60. It depends on whatever.
Yeah, like mine was like 50 with fees, but beforehand it was like 32. So I was like, I was shocked with everything. So I say go to AEW instead of going to WWE.
And
I'm actually mad about that because the last live event I went to for WWE, it cost me $120.
Oh yeah, I went the last WWE event I went to, and I think I mentioned this before, was the Royal Rumble in 2017 at the Alamo.
That's nothing, dude. I already spent like $2,500 on WrestleMania for this year.
Oh, you're going. Oh, yeah.
How is AEW like such a better show, and they have like how is AEW
this one though? If the one in San Antonio, there's a chance Jeff Hardy might debut. There might be some good stuff going on.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's the case.
I got a serious question, right? How is it that AEW is a better show, right? And their tickets are cheaper than WWE's are?
Well, it's not a fully traded company, I suppose.
Yeah, and like you.
Plus, you can say shit on there. You can say shit at AEW. You can say fuck you or whatever.
Yeah, I think what Moxley said, "Go fuck yourself" to somebody in the crowd, and it was fully unedited when it was live.
Oh my goodness!
But with AEW, well, okay, so WWE had SmackDown at the AT&T Center back in December, and I was thinking about going, but then I looked at the ticket prices for where, like, I got floor seats that if I got them at for a WWE show, probably would have been 10 times as much. So it was actually really good, but with the tickets, I was like, I'm not going. I'm not paying this much to go see a fucking SmackDown show. I'm like, if I go, it'll be a pay-per-view or whatnot, but that's it. Now, Chase, you said you had a question for me?
Yes. My main question is there anything – we talked on New Year's. I gave you advice on some stuff. Is there anything that you took into consideration?
Oh, regarding our conversation regarding that. I said this on a stream that was
pertains to your life, like.
Well, without going too much into detail, I did actually have a private conversation, and I made this aware on another stream, so this is not breaking news. But I did have a conversation with that individual. And we basically came to peace with everything. I even did apologize to that individual for anything I may or may not have done, all this other stuff. And we're at peace now regarding past stuff. You know what I'm talking about what?
Yeah. And the one thing that has, I think, both of you connected.
Yeah, we like basically it was like last week. Lennon knows about this too. But that's basically what happened. We just had I think it was a 2-hour conversation regarding certain things, and we just basically kind of certain things came to light that one person wasn't aware of, that the other person, all this other stuff, and it was actually a very good conversation. So I have no ill will towards that person, and like I said, I'm glad that we were able just to move on from that.
Just think about what's really important.
I actually have a question for Mr. Charlie.
No, yes, well, it is ask me anything. So yeah,
I ask everybody this. Anybody that we get new on the show, I always ask them this question because it is a food show. What is your favorite food and drink? Just out of curiosity.
Well, as far as drink, I know the meme with the whole "by the way, Hangman Charlie" would be fucking Big Blue. Big Blue would be one of them, but Dr. Pepper is my main one.
Woo! Yes.
As far as food, I'd probably say
Pizza.
Pizza is probably my main one.
And Taco Bell.
Chicken sandwiches, stuff like that. That's probably the two main things regarding that matter. But those are like the two things that I would probably say is like my favorite foods. But pizza's by far the main one.
And Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, I thought about doing that tonight, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna get Fruit Loops marshmallows since it was back in stock.
That's actually what I had for dinner yesterday. Taco Bell. I had the Dorito Loco Taco. I had a crunch.
I still need to get that.
Yeah, I had the Doritos Loco Tacos. I had the Crunch Wrap, which I love the Crunch Wrap. That was the best. Like the sour cream and then the cheese they put in there. That was so good. And then I had the cinnamon twist, which I enjoyed.
What'd Chase say?
Oh, he says, "God, go. Thanks for having me on." I think he said he's doing a stream. That's why he's probably leaving.
It was great having you on, Chase. Keep up the good work. Okay, now of course, here's the thing. So you had to touch base on a couple of things. Now, for those of you who don't know, we have Charlie and I do have a oh my gosh, what do you call that thing? Backstory of how we finally got to become close friends. And we do have a history of ups and downs, here and there.
Where's my pizza, fucking Nihar? Where's mine? Sorry. I just saw him at pizza. I'm like, where's my pizza, motherfucker?
Is that 1,000 degrees or is that the other place we had?
Degrees, yeah.
Yes. Woo! Man, that is a. Oh my God, that's the best.
I think someone smelled my pizza and climbed up here. Okay, down.
Oh, I know. I probably know who smelled it.
My cat does immediately as soon as food comes, he'll be up on the table.
Yes, but we have a backstory. So I finally kind of got to know Charlie a little bit more on a personal level at a party that he hosted. And
yeah, it was. What was it? Was it 2018? Wasn't it at the Howl at the Moon? Right.
The Howl at the Moon. Yeah, you were chosen. Yeah. You won at another party to. You won a raffle, and that person that won that raffle was supposed to organize a party there or something.
Yeah, and I remember, and it's funny. I still get like things about them wanting me to go back because all the times I went back, I usually would plug and all that. If they want to be a sponsor for the Cultivar podcast, just DM me. I'll be. Oh, there's a cat. There's our kid.
Yes. Yeah.
What a nice pussy you have.
Oh man.
Okay.
I was gonna say that.
All right.
It was like I was like Rick Knox think alike. You would be one to it. As far as that, yeah, like basically it was just me and Lennon at that party, and we had a talk, and it was it was a good time with that and all that, and I've never, despite anything, I've always never forgotten that.
Yeah, and that, of course, I want to fill y'all in. So what happened was he had, he was still a part of the original YouTube group back then. He had invited many members of that group. They had told him that they were gonna go. Okay, and then, well, as something always happens to us people when we throw a party and they cancel at the last minute, and he had a few people that were supposed to show up. Well, one group had to leave because the other person was underage. And then the other, and originally another friend was supposed to join us, but her child got sick. So, of course, that ended up making leaving Charlie alone. And because of that, well, I went to his party because he invited me. And
this was just both of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember that night. It was a taco buffet.
Oh yes.
And that was that was a great experience. I got to know Charlie a little bit more personally, and it was fun. And that's what I tell you guys. That's what I tell y'all. If you really like somebody for what they do on YouTube, take the time and get to know them. Leave them a comment with a compliment, and if they say thank you, and if you like what they do, then just reach out to them.
And we will talk about things that happen like here and there. Lennon and Charlie did have a little bit of a falling out at the time, but going through that built them a stronger friendship, and now they understand each other very well. So
oh yeah. All right, let's see, so you guys have any questions?
Anything and everything. No holds barred.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Before I get in, actually, I got two questions. But before I get into those, I feel like I could really connect with Charlie. I mean, like, he's into the same stuff I am. Like, I'm a big fan of horror. Obviously, we were just talking about that. And he's also a big fan of wrestling, just like I am. And I feel like I could really connect with Charlie because I actually happen to be a pro wrestler myself. So I could definitely tell him some stories so far from my pro wrestling journey. I also happen to be currently doing backyard wrestling too, so that's a fun fact.
Oh yeah, that was fun back in my high school days.
Yeah, but moving past that, since we are in the conversation about horror, Charlie, what is your favorite horror movie?
Oh, that's a good one because it sometimes changes depending on the time of day. Like my favorite franchise is Halloween. Like I love Halloween with all my being and all that good stuff. It's the series that I've been drawn to since I was little. Hey, I'm supposed to be there we go. I was gonna say I'm supposed to be I'm the focal point of the show, motherfucker. Better put me on the full screen. Anyway. But I've always been fascinated with Michael. Michael, to me, is the most unique of the slashers compared to Leatherface, Jason, and Nightmare or Freddy because of the fact that he has really no soul. He has no moral. Now, if you go into the sequels, yes, he has a motive and all that stuff. But I always go back to like the first movie about him having, and even the sequels, sometimes he'll just kill indiscriminately. He like one of my favorite scenes in Halloween 2018. It was that I mentioned this earlier about telling a lot without saying anything. There was a scene when Michael was killing a few people, and then he was walking away because we know that Michael he will kill adults. He'll kill man, woman, and child. However, there was a scene when he was walking out of the house and there was a baby crying. And he turned and looked, and he just looked for a second and then walked away. And I thought that scene was so powerful because we finally know the one thing Michael he'll kill animals. He fucking ate a dog in the first movie.
Yeah, he'll even kill kids. I mean, if you remember from Halloween 2018, when he kills the dad, right? He gets in the backseat of the car and he kills the kid.
Yeah, but the baby, he didn't do anything. He didn't fucking try to kill it. He didn't pick it up. He didn't do anything. He left it alone and went outside. And I thought that scene was so powerful, and it was a small scene, but we kind of gotten an in-depth look into his psyche to know that that's the one thing he will not do. Not that I don't know if the film would have allowed it, but there have been movies with baby murders in there, so I can't really say that they couldn't allow. But again, if we go by the logic of the movie, it was just a small scene that probably not a lot of people have already looked at and studied. But again, me being a big fan of Michael, I fucking have like 3 different or 4 posters of Halloween stuff. I have all the Halloweens on Blu-ray or 4K. So again, I'm in multiple versions sometimes. But as far as like a single horror film, again, it sometimes goes from this movie to another. But one of them I will say is American Psycho with Christian Bale.
I love American Psycho. Wasn't a huge fan of the sequel, but I love the one with Christian.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember to see with Mila Kunis.
Dude, the freaking that part hip to be square scene with the axe. Like Christian Bale, like, okay, the first ever movie I ever watched with Christian Bale in it was Batman Begins. I love Christian Bale's Batman. I love Christian Bale's Batman. But after I watched American Psycho, it was so crazy because Christian Bale was my Batman. Like watching my Batman be a crazy killer, it was so weird, but I enjoyed it because he did such a good job playing a psycho.
And if you've read the book is very, very interesting. If you've never read the book, that's the movie's based off of. It's a very interesting book. But yeah, and nowadays, since we have Jared Leto as Joker in Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad movie, we can also look at it as Batman killing Joker with an axe. But yeah, American Psycho is one of them. Fright Nights. As far as like my favorite vampire movie, Fright Night's one. I'm trying to look at something else that I would, as far as like more modern horror movies, like not counting sequels or spin-offs or anything. Two movies that come to mind as some of my favorites is Hereditary and Midsommar from director Ari Aster. Another one that I would recommend is The Lighthouse, which has our new Batman, Robert Pattinson, and William Dafoe. It's a great movie. It's a weird movie, but I just love how the film is shot. It was like in a 4:3 aspect ratio, so it was not done as in a traditional like widescreen, kind of like how movies are nowadays. But it's just a great film. It's another film that I would say is a very hard film to watch, just because it's so bizarre, and it's filmed in black and white as well. So that's another thing I like about it. But yeah, those are some like modern ones. But as far as like of all time, it's usually like American Psycho, Fright Night, movies like that I would probably say is like some of my favorites of all time. Trick or Treat is another one that I would recommend.
If I count it down right, my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. My first favorite horror movie of all time, and this will always be my favorite horror movie ever, is Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Oh yes,
I quite enjoyed Jim Carrey in that role, and not only that, it kind of goes behind of how the killer does what he does and everything, and I really digged it. Like, and I love the characters in that movie because they all had their own plot and everything.
I don't think Jim Carrey was in that movie.
I thought Jim Carrey played Leslie Vernon.
No, it wasn't him. No. I was like, at first I was trying to think. I know Robert Englund's in the film, basically played a Loomis-like character, but no, it wasn't Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Jim Carrey was in number 23.
Yes.
I enjoyed that movie. Hated the ending.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it too. And yeah, like another one would be that is kind of similar to it is A Secret Window with Johnny Depp. If anybody hasn't seen that, it's another one I recommend.
Go ahead. My second favorite horror movie of all time is American Psycho. I enjoyed that. And then right after that goes to the original Friday the 13th. And if I had to pick a fourth, it would go to the original. It would go to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then after that would be Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, my other question I wanted to ask you is, who is your favorite wrestler?
Of all time or currently?
All time and currently.
All time, that's The Undertaker. I grew up like in the late 90s, so I was more familiar with like Hollywood Hogan, and so I didn't grow up during the glory days of Hulk Hogan, even though I did watch a lot of that. But Undertaker and Sting were always my two favorites, and this is again because I like the dark nature of their characters, especially Sting because he was going through the Crow Sting phase, which for years I did not know was a ripoff of The Crow. I watched The Crow for the first time, and that's another movie I love. That's probably...
Oh, dude, I enjoyed The Crow and its two sequels. I enjoyed The Crow, The City of Angels, and I enjoyed The Crow, The Wicked, is it Wicked Player or Wicked Predator?
Wicked Predator. There's actually 4 Crow movies, and then there was a Crow TV show. I've never seen...
What's the fourth one? Because I only know about the City of Angels.
Wicked Prayer was the fourth. I think the third one was Revelations or something like that. I never saw that one, but I know there was a third one. City of Angels I enjoyed. It's a shame that we never got the original version of that film, because originally it was supposed to be made, it was supposed to be completely different from the actual Crow movie. And then the production company, I think it was the Weinsteins, they wanted it to be basically a carbon copy of the original Crow.
Yeah,
I still liked it, but again, I still wish we could see that original version that they filmed.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that kind of sucks, is that the original Crow movie, it's the best Crow movie out of them all, and it's fantastic. Yeah. And it kind of sucks that Brandon Lee, he died during the set of the original Crow, so he didn't get to live on to see how successful, the Crow movie was. And it's kind of like with the Heath Ledger situation.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah,
he didn't get to see the success that was The Dark Knight, because to this day people still say Heath Ledger was the best Joker, and before that it was Jack Nicholson, and people still say Heath Ledger, and he doesn't get to, he didn't get to see how successful he was, and there's people that go to cosplay conventions dressed up as Brandon Lee's Crow, and there's people that dress up as Heath Ledger's Joker, and he doesn't get to see that because they both, tragically passed away. But since I asked you, I'm gonna, say this: my favorite wrestler of all time, and counting them all down, my favorite wrestler of all time, because I didn't grow up with him, but as a kid, I did watch a lot of old stuff. My favorite wrestler of all time is actually Sick Nick Mondo. I enjoyed the stuff he did in CCW. Before that, it was Bret Hart. But as a baby, I didn't start, because ever since I was a baby, I was watching wrestling. And I didn't grow up with I didn't start watching Bret Hart. I started watching CCW, so I didn't watch WWE. And then later, I got introduced to WWE, and I was a big fan of Bret Hart. So my two favorite wrestlers of all time is Sick Nick Mondo and CCW and Bret Hart. Now, count down current wrestlers. I'd say CM Punk, because he's kind of considered a current wrestler.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I enjoyed Darby Allin. I think Darby Allin's fantastic. And I enjoy Christian Cage a lot, and of course Edge, but I don't know if I would call Edge. I mean, he is currently wrestling, but I enjoy Edge. I enjoy a lot of people. There's a lot of great guys. Not a huge fan of Roman Reigns, to be honest.
I was not until his heel turn. Now, as far as current, Bret Hart would be my number 3 of all time. But as far as current, it would be Darby Allin, Punk. I've been loving Bryan Danielson. Even I was always a fan of his, but I didn't even going back to Ring of Honor. But I love his new Daniel Bryan gimmick he did in WWE, and his heel run right now in AEW. He's just a great dick. I said if I was doing a submission move, I'd probably flex too while the person's tapping out. Now, for WWE, the problem is I can't get I have a hard time getting behind people, because because at one point The Fiend was my favorite character in WWE. Right now, and this may be controversial, but probably right now in terms of the male wrestlers, it would be from WWE, it'd be Brock Lesnar, and then NXT would be Braun Breaker, because he has the utmost potential, especially he sounds like his uncle and he wrestles like his father. So he's got the best of both worlds there. I was a big Scott Steiner fan growing up. So, but yeah, Brock would be probably because again, I've just enjoyed since he's come back since SummerSlam. I've just enjoyed everything he's done. But yeah, I just can't think of anybody else that, of currently, that I can maybe Roman and Seth. I like Seth, but yeah, Brock would have to be currently for WWE at least.
Now these are two other questions that relate to wrestling and horror. And I'll answer my question, before you answer yours. My first question is, what is your favorite wrestling belt of all time? Now, for me, it used to be the Attitude Era Championship, And then I started watching old TNA tapes, and then I went back and started watching old NWA stuff. And I quite enjoy the NWA World Heavyweight title. That will always be my favorite belt of all time. I love the look of it. And before it was the what was the one belt I said before the NWA World title? I'm trying to remember. Shit. What did I just say? I don't even remember. But before that, I quite enjoyed the old Ring of Honor World title that had the eagle on it. And before that, I was a big fan of the big gold. But yeah, my favorite championship of all time in wrestling history is the NWA World Heavyweight title. And this is my second question. Out of all the horror character killers like weapons, which one is your favorite? Because for me personally, my favorite one is the what is it called? Would it be called a measuring stick or a roller? It'd be called a roller. The scene in Child's Play 2 where Chucky kills the teacher.
Oh, yes, yeah. I remember.
I thought that was different because I've never saw anything like that before, and that's what made that weapon my favorite horror movie killer's weapon of all time.
All right, so to answer the titles, okay, so of all time, and even though it's not the original belt, but it is the big gold belt. That is my all-time favorite of the. I got this like last year actually, and because I never owned a replica, I always had like either the toy belts or anything like that. So that's the WWE version, but I was always a fan of like the original belt. Now, as far as like the other belt from all time, it would be the and they brought it in for almost 10 years until they fucking took it away and brought this awful looking belt. But the original Intercontinental title or not really the original, but the one like Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect Hell, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon that they brought back in 2011. And those are my two all times. Currently, it would have to be, if this was like 5 years ago, it would be the IWGP heavyweight title from New Japan. But right now, currently, it is the AEW world title. That's like my current favorite championship belt. I also have a soft spot for the newer Ring of Honor title. And the, even though it's not current, but I always liked the old TNA world heavyweight title. Not the one that Kurt Angle won in 2007. The one they debuted in England, Sting beat Jeff Hardy.
Oh, the blue one. Yeah, I like the blue one. I like the original one better, though, the one with the eagle and stuff. That one was really cool. Another belt that I quite enjoy is the CZW world title. I think that belt.
Oh, yeah.
And the ECW title, not that fucking gray silver one that they had.
Oh, yeah, the OG one, yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. The one they introduced in 2010, I liked the design of it. I just hated the color of it. Like, they shouldn't have made that belt all silver because it had a very unique look of it. I liked the bird that was on it. I liked the logo and stuff. I liked the globe that was on the side plates and all that. The only thing I didn't like about the belt was that it was all silver. I feel like if they would have put some color onto it, that belt would have been perfect.
Yeah, like as far as like another belt that I think is actually pretty cool, even though it's not like the best belt in the world, but I do like the GCW world title.
Yeah, I like the look of that because it kind of looks like a mix with the CCW world title, a mix with one of the old ECW like tag titles mixed together.
Yeah,
and I kind of dig the look of it.
And what's up to Mason in the chat? Now, as far as favorite horror movie weapon, actually, and this is another one I forgot to mention, is one of my all-time favorite horror movies, but The Hook from Candyman.
Oh,
I've always been a fan with that one as well. Candyman also would be probably my top 5 of all time of favorite horror films. I don't know actually if I still have my list. If I ever let me see. Do I still have my Letterboxd? No, wow, that's weird. I should have Letterboxd on here. That's weird.
Man. Another weapon I enjoyed that I didn't mention was was that little box from Hellraiser.
Oh yes, the fuck, I can't. I always forget the name of it, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I keep forgetting because they used to have some on Amazon, like the boxes that I wanted to get, just as like a little trinket to put around my area. Because like besides like horror pops, that's like my main. Besides like that, my Blu-rays, and my posters. That's really all I have. I don't really have like any what you would call horror memorabilia, even though I want to one day. Like I don't have any. My goal, hopefully soon, is to get like the Halloween masks. My favorite mask, and this may be controversial, but my favorite Halloween mask is actually from Rob Zombie's Halloween.
I hated Rob Zombie's Halloween. Like I hated the first one he did, and I hated the remake. However, there are horror movies that Rob Zombie did that I actually enjoyed, and like you said, with Rob Zombie's remake, the only thing I liked about it was the Michael Myers mask. I thought that mask was badass. But moving past that, 3 of Rob Zombie's horror movies that I enjoyed The House of a Thousand Corpses because Captain Spaulding is a badass. But my favorite horror movie of Rob Zombie's of all time is The Devil's Rejects. I thought that was perfect. The characters were something else. The story with it. And I know a lot of people don't enjoy 3 from Hell because it's kind of the sequel of The Devil's Rejects. But I enjoyed 3 from Hell. It kind of sucks that the actor of Captain Spaulding died, so he didn't really get to be in that movie. But I still enjoyed it. I honestly still enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I thought Richard Blake, who kind of became the replacement for him in that movie, I thought did a good job. I enjoyed 3 from Hell. It is probably the bottom of the Firefly trilogy, but it's still I enjoy all of them. Now, I've been one of the people that have been very the only Halloween films I despised, was Halloween Resurrection. I've grown to enjoy Halloween 5 as a guilty pleasure. And I thought Halloween H2O was overrated, and I actually have more I've watched it, I've not liked it anymore, or even more. Reason being is because they try to copy the Scream trend. And to me, Scream does not fit with Halloween. And I love Scream, but again, Scream did not the Scream trend that they were trying to do in the 90s. Is Nehar still backstage? Because he had questions.
Nehar?
If not, get him back in.
Sorry, Lennon. We went on a bit of a rant about wrestling and horror there for a second.
Oh boy, but yeah.
I feel like I can connect with Hangman. Like he's just a nice, chill dude, and like we can talk about like wrestling and horror, man. Like if I did a whole live with just Hangman, that'd be the whole thing, and it'd be quite entertaining.
Oh yeah, like I have a buddy of mine who's on some of my streams. He goes by Cabal, and sometimes like even if it's not about horror, we'll get into a conversation for like a long ass time just about horror, and we'll just keep talking. Mason says sup, and then he's like boy, and then he put LOL. But Mason's in the chat still, so shout out to him.
Boy, you're about to get the link, boy. You're gonna come in here whether you like it or not, boy.
Okay,
Hangman.
So as far as Rob Zombie's Halloween, I will agree with the issues that people have with like the first half of the movie. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 because it was basically Rob Zombie. Like the chains were off. He was able to do like basically. I felt like the original Halloween remake was basically. The first half was like his version, and then the rest of it was shot-for-shot remake. The second movie, I felt that it was his film. It was his film to do what he wanted to, and I appreciate what he said. Oh yeah, Mason said send it. As far as the other thing about Rob Zombie's Halloween, I felt that we had the best Michael Myers until the recent Halloweens. I love Tyler Mane, who was a wrestler back in the day. Tyler Mane also was Sabretooth in the original X-Men movie. But Tyler Mane, I thought, was the most imposing and intimidating Michael Myers we'd seen on film. Until James Hugh Courtney, who's played him in Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. I have loved his portrayal. And again, I put him probably as my favorite Michael of the series. But yeah, I've had conversations with people who who hate Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween, and who love it. But the thing is, I've always said I can understand why people hate that movie. I'm also somebody, and a controversial statement. I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. However, it is not my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. That actually goes to the remake. That may be because that was the first movie I saw, but I never felt. I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. I didn't feel that same terror and dread every time that chainsaw would turn on. I was shaking.
I really did enjoy the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out. A lot of people didn't like it. I enjoyed it.
Oh, the one on F. Yeah, okay. I've talked about a little bit. Now, another movie.
Oh, somebody's here.
Another movie that I prefer over the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is Part 2.
All right.
Yeah,
we
top
talk about
character is
movies
cool.
all day. Let's
have
Lennon ask some questions to Charlie.
All right. Hold on.
Lennon and Mihar have some. I believe Mihar and Lennon have some questions for you, Hangman.
All right, but before we go into the questions, guys, we have somebody, a familiar face, who I fired. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't fire. I told her to leave.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. You've hired and fired me so many damn times. I wouldn't be surprised.
Boy, you didn't fire me.
I was fired at one point, and then I got brought back the next day.
Boy,
we have Mr. Dirk Mason in the house.
It's Vinci Mason. Get it right. It's not
Get it right. Get it right.
Oh yeah, get it right or get it.
Oh, so I'm not the center of attention now. I'm brought down to the bottom of the thing.
So now you're saying Charlie's a bottom. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm not a bottom boy. I'm a fucking top. You get that straight. I'm only bottom when I allow it.
Oh, but welcome back, Mason. Oh my goodness.
Good, Mason.
Right, so I will give
talk about plushies
Lennon a
and
question to ask to Charlie, and then Lennon, you can think of some more questions to ask him because Lennon hasn't had enough talk time. So one of the questions I suggested Lennon ask is what qualities inspired him to become friends with Charlie, and what do you admire about Charlie?
Oh, wow. Now this is a personal one. Oh, well, let's see. So the thing that I like about Charlie is that number one, he is a risk taker. Okay.
Oh, yes.
He is a risk taker, and when he will treat you as nice as he will, and he's very blunt and honest, he's honest about things. So he's just a great person.
Oh yeah, no. One thing anybody knows about me. Yeah, I'm honest to it. Or I'm blunt and honest, even if people maybe not want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly. See, Mason, you could learn a thing or
Excuse me. Okay, so my absence has only been because of certain events, so that's kind of why I haven't been on here for a while.
Yeah, well, you're back on. You're signing a contract tomorrow.
Okay. I don't know how to.
Mason, just do what I did. Make sure there's payment involved.
Yeah.
So if he fires me, he owes me like $2,000. I put that in my contract. I'm like, if you fire me, you owe me $2,000.
Sorry
$2?
My
How much is this job an hour, Lennon? I request $25 an hour.
A quarter.
Oh, we're doing hourly? Shit. Lennon, we're going to need to renegotiate. I need to call my lawyer.
Somebody tried to call me on Messenger, and it cut out my sound, so I couldn't hear you.
Oh, yeah, that happened.
Now, Charlie, same thing, same question goes to you.
Well, you're kind of like me in a way with the honesty and bluntness. You'll tell me things I do not want to hear sometimes, which I appreciate. I don't like a fucking kiss ass. Just kiss my ass and tell me, oh yeah, Charlie, you should do all these things. Then there are times where I don't want you to tell me what I like because I want to fucking do it.
I do what I want. There are times when like I do what I want, and times where like I don't know doing what I want is the right thing to do.
I think one trait me and Lennon have is that we're very stubborn individuals. When we're set our sights on something, we're going to do it. Regardless if it's a good idea or not.
Whether it's grocery shopping.
Oh yeah, like that's the main thing I will say about that is that yeah. But as far as Lennon, his honesty and despite everything, he's tried his damnedest to be there as much as he can, which is so, and loyalty. Like we've had our moments where that's been put to the test, but at the end, it's usually been not for nothing. So that's one thing I will give Lennon, because and I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but last year Lennon had every opportunity to basically cast me aside and do all that, but he decided, instead of the thoughts of the many, he decided to focus on the thoughts of one, which was me. And that's something
I commend him for that. To add to that, though, he was being I'll just touch on it briefly. He was being attacked by them, so he felt threatened by them, kind of. So that was also a push factor to have him support you.
Yeah, and that's one thing I will give him credit for, because whether it's on YouTube or in life, and it's not just a YouTube thing, there are not a lot of people that you can trust with your life, or trust that will be able to take a bullet for you. And I believe Lennon's that one of those people. Nihar as well, that I feel like can do that. I don't, and that's something very hard to come by nowadays. And that's one thing I've always been grateful, is that I've had that core group of people that have stuck by my side regardless of anything, and that see things from basically everywhere, not just a specific side.
So I'll add to Lennon's thing that the best quality that I see in you is that, well, I'm a very shy and reserved person. So before I had this friend group, I was kind of very reserved. I think that you're very bold, you're very confident, you're very outgoing.
Yes.
And I need that kind of figure in my life. And I think that with that kind of personality, I kind of see that as a role model of what I want to become.
We still need to get you. I still need to take you to a strip club and get you a lap dance, brother. I don't care. I'll hog tie you to the fucking chair. You're getting that lap dance, boy.
And by the way, just for giggles, I was attacked by Mason with a banana.
Oh my God.
Excuse me?
A banana? Okay, is that
boy, more like a watermelon.
It wasn't a bandana or a banana.
It was a banana. I'm kidding.
It wasn't that. It was a used tampon that he got attacked by.
I was gonna say, did that banana have a condom on it? Because I always gotta think about protection.
Yeah, I had to tease Lennon how to use a condom again.
It was a used tampon. It was a used tampon he was attacked by.
The old saying, always use protection unless the girl has proof that she doesn't have anything, she's fixed, and or she's on birth control. But birth control is a lot more risky than tubes tied. So just remember,
especially if you're Mason, keep tomato assholes away from him.
or better yet, okay, another bit of advice: if still advise the clean and the other stuff. But if you don't feel like using protection, well, there's always another hole to put it in. So
just so everybody knows, Hangman Charlie has a pair of fuzzy handcuffs he keeps underneath his bed. He also has a 10-inch purple dildo, just in case somebody tries to break into his house. He can beat the hell out of them with it.
This is a PG-friendly channel.
Yeah.
We lost that. We lost family friendly at the fucking 10-minute mark.
Okay.
Lennon, do you have any? Can you think of any more questions to ask Charlie?
Okay, so Charlie, what was the least out of all the videos and stuff that you've done, what was your absolute least favorite video you did that you would never do again?
Something you regret.
I know where this is going. You want me to say the obvious. I'm not going to say it just to give you satisfaction. No, if we're going to be honest, I'll probably the whole trilogy of Truth About Len's Kitchen. Those are probably the ones I regret the most. As far as I don't know. There's not really any others that I really like. The Outcasts. All the Outcasts were fun. Most of my reviews, like if I could go back and maybe rework them and have better effects and better visuals on them. That's why I did when I did the Halloween series. I basically did a revisited series on it, so I could add the new stuff that I did to it, which I don't think I ever finished. But I did do a episode on the podcast. But other than that, anything else would probably be just, I wish I was able to have the editing software I had, so I could add clips in the review and make it look more professional, more like you would see on a lot of the bigger YouTubers. But as far as a video that I would not do again, that would be it. So yeah, you got your fucking satisfaction, motherfucker.
Oh, thank you, Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Well, all right. Which video did you have the most fun doing?
Yeah, the opposite question. Yes.
Oh, shit! That could be any episode of the Hangman Outcast. I'd probably say,
number 47, David talking on the panel.
Yes.
Oh, that was a good one. Episode 50 was another good one. I think it was like the second or third to last episode. Shit, I'm trying to think of another one. Episode 30, which is the Kevin Nash debate, which is still one of my favorite episodes. That was of talking about the all-time greats, the greatest of all time, Kevin Nash. Like the man who should have won an Oscar for him playing the Russian and the Punisher.
I love that Punisher movie.
Yes. I've just got it on 4K. The Steelbook is so beautiful.
I have it on DVD.
Yeah, I think the only DVD I do have DVDs for anybody wondering. I don't have much, but I actually got some old Ring of Honor DVDs, which is cool. But most of the DVDs I have are movies I can't find on Blu-ray. I got Scooby Doo meets Courage Card Dog, which I still have not seen, but I want to. I just haven't had time. But anyway,
all right.
But yeah,
so what
those
are
will probably be
some
some I would know.
What are some things you learned about each of the series you've done on your channel? What are some things you learned going through each of them? So you did Horror Out Essay, you did
Vato Fun House.
What?
You did
The
the
Vato
Vato Fun House.
Vato Fun House, yeah. And then going into the Hangman Outcast, like each of the series, you saw a little bit more success with each one of them. What are some things you learned from that?
Well, before I answer that, I want to get and not go into much detail, but I want to go in some because it's always the funniest story of how the Horror Out Essay originated. Originally, there was another show that I wanted to basically parody, but I lost interest in doing that. Then one day I was sitting on the toilet, and I was literally true story. I was sitting like
there are two places where inspirational things come from. One is the toilet, the other is the shower.
Yeah, like I was sitting on the toilet, and I was thinking, and most of you may not notice, but WWE had this little skit a few years ago, and I'm pissed that they never brought it back. They were supposed to, but they never did. But called Southpaw Regional Wrestling. And it had John Cena as a fucking announcer called Lance Catamaran. And he was like, today in professional wrestling. So one day I was like just taking a shit and I was sitting there and I was starting to mouth it like John Cena did on that show. And I'm like all the horrors of horror. And then I was like, okay, I got it. So as soon as I got done, I literally went into the living room, which I was filming most of my shit at the time, which sucked because my AC was there and I could never time it, which actually worked for that first episode because everything was most of my videos were completely ad-lib. They were not like movie reviews. I'd watched the movie. I may have a few notes, but other than that, it was mainly ad-lib. With Horror Out Essay, it was completely ad-libbed. So I'd be sitting there and I'd be talking, and then the AC would start running, and then I'd be like, and God damn it, the fucking AC is like, what do I pay you people for? Oh, wait, I'm just by myself. But yeah, what do I pay you people for? So I just, I started because some people were complaining about the AC noise and it was interrupting their experience of the video. So when I started doing that, I actually decided to add that in as a little skit where every time it would go off, I get mad. Vato Funhouse was more of just a short-lived thing that I did. It was inspiration of the Firefly Funhouse. I was a parody of another show that I was parodying, which is funny. And then the Hangman Outcast originally was supposed to be just a basic podcast. It was not supposed to be how it became, basically, where it was like you never know what
your longest running series, which was quite a success.
Yeah, we're at 50 episodes, and with that show, like I always say that show garnered so much acclaim, and it basically created the meme that still lives on to some people, including Denny Lewis. Shout out to him. The by the way, Hangman Charlie line. If it wasn't for that, when Legacy of Dragon came in and fucking as an Arthur impression, and basically did that. Who knows if that show would have, because I also take that as the moment the show really took off, because after that, the meme was starting to become a big deal. But yeah, it was originally supposed to be a show where I was just going to talk about news. Yes, Kevin Nash. There we go, Adam. How you doing, Adam? But as far as and it went from being just a straightforward podcast to being what I would consider the Howard Stern of YouTube. I said it was always the perfect mixture of Howard Stern and Jerry Springer, because if anybody remembers episode 21 of the Hangman Outcast, you know what I mean by Jerry Springer.
Christian?
Yeah. What's up?
No sleeping on my show. You know better than
I'm
that,
still
sir.
awake. My eyes are wide open. I'm just laying my head down because my neck hurts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
my eyes are wide open.
go ahead.
I'm still. We're not going to have a repeat of what happened before when I fell asleep while we were live. That's not going to happen again. I think that happened twice, actually, but it's not going to happen the third time. I promise everybody it will not happen the third
twice?
time.
That happened twice when you and I weren't friends, boy.
Boy, excuse me.
So the second time it happened is actually when we got Hangman back on the show, and we were talking for a little bit, and I had been watching a baby like all day, so the kid was tiring me. The kid was tiring me out. What had me tired out all day.
Were you watching Mason?
Excuse me.
So when we went live, so when the second time I fell asleep, I was already freaking tired because that kid was exhausting, man. And when he cries, he sounds like a squeaky toy. So I was tired.
Sounds like Mason.
And we were talking for, I want to say we were talking for a good hour, and then I had passed out and fell asleep, and then all I hear is Lennon go, Christian, and I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, I gotta go, guys. I'm tired.
at least Christian didn't say fell asleep because I was talking.
Yeah. So that's what happened. Now the first time I fell asleep, I think it was the first time we actually we were recording an episode. I don't know why. I was actually like really sleepy. I think it's because I just got home from work when we had started recording that episode that night. So I was already I was a bit tired, and I kind of started dozing my eyes off, and I'm like, well, don't fall asleep. We're recording this episode. And that's actually when I was the main host of it. This was the first time I was being the main host. I was the main host, and I fell asleep for a good 30 minutes.
Yeah. He was your replacement, boy.
Boy, excuse me, that's it.
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do, huh? You take out the pickle? Oh yes! Here comes Brian!
Which Brian?
Brian delivers.
Okay, good.
Hey, Brian. Oh, by the way, kids, actually, there's no kids watching this.
Let me get
to anybody watching this, don't smoke. Don't make the decision that Hangman is making.
Yeah, don't smoke. You know, it causes cancer and shit like that. Don't do any of that.
This episode of Lennon's Kitchen is brought to you by Marlboro.
It's brought to you by Montegos. You give them your local Family Dollar, but don't get them.
Good. Look who's back, Brian.
Nihar, no promoting cigarettes on my show.
I'm Pickle Red.
Boy, you keep talking that smack. You're gonna have to talk to her.
I know me and Mason. I got the Baby Yoda plushie. Actually, I think in the living room.
Yoda.
Lennon, you're like Nihar. No promoting cigarettes on my show.
Hey,
Nicholas,
we can enjoy Hangman's nice shower that he has
boy,
in the
take off your
background,
cap.
though. Look at
Oh
that.
yeah. My old intro used to be. Well, actually, I still play the intro, but yeah, the intro shows me where I'm singing in the shower.
We don't judge, boy.
That's all right. I breakdance in the shower.
Oh my god.
I just got back from going to Burger King and all that stuff.
Oh, you lucky
I got
bastard!
back
I'm eating
from
cereal
Taco
tonight.
Bell.
Oh, you lucky bastard too! I'm just eating. Like I said, I'm eating all that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Too late.
I
I've been
just- I
back
was
to
in my
smoking.
usual-
Oh, I didn't know that, Adam.
He don't know how to cook, so
Who, me or Mason?
Mason.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was like,
No,
oh,
what?
I know
Charlie,
that.
Oh, what?
Charlie, I got a question. Why are you eating cereal for dinner?
Because he
Why
can.
Yeah. Plus, I've always been under this mind. Well, I work in the restaurant business, so I'm used to eating there most of the time. I was off today, so I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? And I was like, I don't get paid till
Remember the
Tuesday. I'm
Remember
like,
the day we
I
had
got-
chicken and waffles?
Oh my
yeah.
goodness! Do you remember? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, just a little funny story. This boy right here. I wanted to.
Which one?
I wanted to smack him, Nihar, because he's never
Oh.
had chicken and waffles.
Yeah. No.
Chicken and
Before
waffles
before
are
that day,
good,
this
bro.
was
Chicken
this
and
was
waffles
this
are
was
delicious.
2020 or yeah 2020 beginning before the lockdown. I had never had chicken and waffles. I've wanted to, and that night I think we were planning on. We did actually. We met up with Charlie after like everything that was going
Yeah.
on.
Yes. Yeah. But that was fun.
Yeah.
But yes, Brian, do you have any questions for Mr. Charlie?
What question should I ask him?
anything. It could be anything.
Anything?
Oh, okay. What kind of music do you like listening to?
I listen to a lot of different music, but preferably I listen to rock and metal. Like my favorite band currently is Ghost. As some of you may know, I collect pops and I have an obsession of collecting Ghost pops. I've got 4 Ghost pops right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't collect as many as I used to, but whenever I see a new Ghost pop, I have to buy it. It's just an impulse. It's like when I saw the Batman from the new Batman movie, they released pops, and I wasn't planning on buying anything when I went to sell some duplicates of some Blu-rays I had, and I saw it, and I'm like, I must own it.
Nihar, what were you doing?
But yeah,
Changing my avatar.
Go
This
ahead.
man, this is the third time that this man, I swear, every time we do a food podcast, this man constantly changes his avatar. Like during the
Well,
Super
I did a
Bowl
lot
spe-
for the Super Bowl one.
before the Super Bowl, this man changed his avatar like 6 times during it. It was avocado.
Just look at
toast,
these
then it
2
was just
women on my
avocado
screen.
a
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Big woman looking low woman.
Hangman,
Wait.
is that a screenshot of a porn video?
That's something I found on Google. I can't remember why I was doing it, but I was like,
Did
I
you
need-
Charlie, take it up, Charlie.
it's not porn. They're fully clothed.
The only reason why I know that was a
So
picture from-
Coca-Cola has released a new drink called
How would you know it was a porn? How would you know it was a porn?
Starlight.
person?
What do you think of it?
Starlight. Oh yes, I forgot to mention that today on the kitchen lounge. There was a TikToker that tried it the other day, and I have to try it, and I also have to try Doritos Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch.
Oh
Ooh.
wow.
Oh yeah, Flamin' Hot
Yeah,
Cool
I
Ranch
heard
is
about
fucking
that.
good. By the way, cheap plug. Since speaking TikTok, follow me at TikTok Cult 4 on TikTok.
Yes, and Lennon's
It's
Kitchen,
cool.
guys.
It's like it has the flavor of space and s'mores.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something I won't be trying. So, to the guys who don't know, I work at a Target. It's a supermarket.
Yeah.
I work at a Target. And I was putting stuff in the freezer. I'm taking stuff out of the box, putting them in the freezer. And I reach in and I find ice cream, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. Let me see what flavor of ice cream this is. I look at it. This was corn ice cream.
Corn ice cream. Oh my god.
And I'm like, that is disgusting.
Corn? What the fuck?
That's
Ice
Mason.
cream that tastes like corn.
That's
And I'm
Mason.
like, okay, that's
That's
gross.
Mason's
Oh,
favorite
what?
ice cream.
That's
That
Mason's
and
pregnancy.
in my head, I'm just thinking, no thanks.
That's Mason's pregnancy craving.
Speaking of corn, that's another good one. I'll add to Brian's question. Corn is another one of my like all time favorites. But as far as like all time, my all time favorite like band would be Stone Temple Pilots, the original. I like the new guy, but yeah, Scott Weiland, may he rest in peace. That was always my favorite.
Oh, R.I.P. to Let Me Kill Master 2. Let Me
Oh
Kill
yes,
Master
from
is one of the
Motorhead,
greatest.
yeah. Vinnie Paul from Hell Yeah and Pantera and Damage Plan. We've lost a lot of great guys over the last few
And
years.
prayer to
Oh, and Charles Bennington. Can't forget about Charles
Yeah.
Bennington from Lincoln
Yeah,
Park.
and Mark, I think it's Mark Langan. He was the singer of Screaming Trees. He passed away a couple of days ago, and he was he did a few songs for Mad Season, which was a band that was fronted by Lance Stanley of Alice in Chains. So if you want to go check out a pretty cool song with Mark Langdon, I believe, and Lance Stanley, it's called "Long Gone Day" by Mad Season.
Mason, you got any questions for the boy?
Let's see. Crap. Have you ever been to a Waffle House?
Oh, IHOP doesn't count, so
Yeah, IHOP does not count.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I've seen like there have been Waffle House even here in San Antonio, but yeah, I've never been to one.
Have you ever been
House is
to?
one of those places you might get.
Because the first Waffle House I ever went to was down in Joplin, Missouri, with my best friend, Chris, who is now serving in the military.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never been so I can't. I pass by them all the time, so it's not like I can't go to one. It's just most of the time it's passing by something I'm already doing, and I don't have.
When I go into there, which when I feel like going to there, it's always packed, and then it's like I walk out and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do this.
No, and actually, just to sidetrack a little bit, the Magnolia Pancake House is the same thing.
I remember, it's always funny because I remember when certain places first opened.
Oh, wow.
And they're always packed. Like Carl's Jr., I remember back in the day when I first opened here in San Antonio, it was packed. In-N-Out Burger, which honestly, no offense to all you California people out there, but In-N-Out's overrated as fuck. Whataburger all the way, motherfuckers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Do you remember when we went to IHOP?
I personally say Whataburger is definitely better. I enjoy In-N-Out Burger. There's actually a pizza diner here that's only in Indiana. It's not anywhere else. It is called Pizza King, and let me tell you, oh my God, the pizza they serve there is delicious. They made they had this.
If Pizza Hut and Burger King had a baby.
They probably did.
Dude, no, it'd be if Papa John's and Little Caesars had a baby.
I mean,
That's how good that is.
We have 2 Whataburger locations in Arkansas that are popped up here, and we finally kind of got them. And my favorite thing to order from Whataburger is their fajita chicken taco.
Oh, that's good. One I recommend is the Patty Melt.
Melt,
Yeah, the Patty Melt is really good.
It's so funny.
Recently I ordered the mushroom Swiss burger. I think it was last Wednesday. And the location that was supposed to deliver to me, it wasn't from the one close to Lennon's place. It was another one. And they were all out of mushrooms.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, wow.
I think they had an A1 burger or something like that. I can't remember, but...
Oh, A1, thick and hearty?
Yeah, I don't know if they have that in mine again. I haven't been there in a while. Well, what's really, really funny is that when we had a snowstorm about 2 days ago, and Thursday, me and my dad, my grandma were going out to go to shop because I guess the snow was receding a little bit, and the only places that were open was this one Chinese restaurant and Whataburger for some reason. Because Whataburger is 24 hours, and they don't give a shit if there's a snowstorm out there. They're always going to be
They're
open.
always open. True. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you slide into the restaurant; they're going to be open.
Yeah,
I can't remember if Whataburger. There's one
No.
near me. I don't think they were open during the snowstorm
No.
here. But then again,
They were
Texas
during the
was
freeze.
pussy
They're
when it came to
During the
24/7.
freeze.
They're 24/7.
Yeah.
And they really mean it. Like they really mean it. 24/7. They really mean it.
Oh yeah.
With what you
It could
said
be the
about
end of the world, and Whataburger's still open.
Yeah.
Oh man,
what were you gonna say, Brian?
Like that, and I think Pizza Hut.
Mason, with what you said about
Pizza Hut was the only other place I was
Whataburger
open.
thing.
Oh man, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something.
No, with what you said.
Whataburger is good. Whataburger is
Sorry,
good,
I'm-
but
One
I
second,
don't
one second.
know if a lot of people
Okay.
know about this, but In-N-Out Burger
Hold on.
doesn't just serve burgers. They have some pretty damn good onion rings. If you never had the In-N-Out
They
Burger, onion
okay. I
rings.
will give them that. Their onion rings are pretty good. I will give them that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I
Yeah,
tried.
I
I
enjoy
tried
their
their
onion
fries, and their fries are all right. But I've
Are you
never
talking about
tried
In-N-Out or
onion.
Whataburger?
In-N-Out? In-N-Out.
Okay, because I was about to say, if you say that about their Whataburger's fries are fucking bomb.
No. Whataburger's fries, I like them because they're salty. But
Yes.
their onion rings are also my favorite too.
You
'Cause
like
they do,
anything
onion
that's
rings.
salty, boy.
Because my thing is, Whataburger's onion rings are a lot better than Burger King's onion rings.
Yes, I got
Because
it.
they
I
come out
agree.
more crispier than what Burger King does. But
Okay.
I'll have to go to In-N-Out and try out their
Hey,
Okay,
uh,
hold on,
Mason.
hold on. Guys, hold on. Skippy Christian, hold on. Brian, we were trying. Okay, you guys interrupted
Yeah,
Brian.
I was gonna say
Brian,
oh
that.
my
Say a
bad.
little-
Sorry, I have a thing.
No,
that
it's
hurts people by accident. I don't mean to do it. Go on, Brian. My bad.
It's fine. I actually saw a video on this. This was a fictional video. It didn't really happen. So basically, it's off this YouTube channel called Onyx or whatever, and he made this thing about a grandma running Arby's or whatever with her car, and then he just says weird shit in there. And I thought of the weird thing what Mason said, and I'm like, oh yeah, that just reminded me of that video.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's bronze. I think it was. I'm not sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Look up.
Did you say Brahms?
No, bronze.
Oh, okay, I thought you said Brahms because Brahms is actually pretty underrated
Hmm.
when it comes to the burgers. They're pretty underrated.
Have you guys, Nihar, Charlie? I recently tried it, and I am going back again. My material handler suggested it to me. Ches, burgers and fries and burgers. Ches,
I've seen them. I
those-
haven't
that's
tried
pretty
them.
good.
chicken and burgers. I think it's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic is also a pretty good restaurant.
Ches chicken and burgers. They are the best. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yeah,
Charlie's muted.
I've actually eaten there before, Lyndon. Their food's pretty good.
Yeah. Ches. Yeah. What happened to Charlie? Is he
Charlie?
muted?
I'm here. I was just muted.
Okay, so
Oh.
since you are on a food channel, I was going to ask you, tell us some of your best and worst experiences with food. Either, I mean, you can give an experience like with
Food
family
poisoning,
family food,
family food,
or with a restaurant, like either.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard because there's like I remember there was some of you may not know my grandfather was in the military in the Air Force, so when we were we used to go to this place called on base here in San Antonio called Anthony's Pizza. I don't know if it's still around. I've not been to it in probably 15 years, but yeah, I loved that place. It was fucking like the pizza to me is still the best pizza I've ever had. Like there's only a few other places that to me have almost gotten to that point. But I used to love going there and eating that and the wings and all that shit. I still remember that. funny story with that because it was on base. I always remember going there for 3 reasons. One, we go there and eat. Number 2, he bought me the first Assassin's Creed there. I remember when I wanted it. He's like, "We just ate your game," and he would always do that. And then also, he bought me my first Playboy from base. Those like 3 things I always remember from those experiences.
Jesus Christ!
I know, right?
R.I.P.
Yeah. The other thing, as far as worst, shit. I could tell you so many stories of working in the restaurant industry of how fucked up it is at times. But I don't really have too many bad memories, honestly. Nothing that comes off the top of my head in terms of experience that I went in there. As far as like family shit, never really had any like bad family dinners. It was usually just mainly with my mother. So
anything memorable or enjoyable?
A lot of times, at the moment, I would watch a movie or something, and all that. But nothing that I could like think of right away, and not really anything that I would consider bad. My family is very like my core family, like my mother, my grandfather, my grandma were very like tight knit. It wasn't really didn't have like family gatherings or reunions and shit like that. It was so. But yeah, I can't really think of anything, especially from the bad side, honestly.
Oh,
wow.
And have you ever cooked anything? Do you?
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to cook, and what thing have you cooked that you'll never cook again?
I can't think of anything I've cooked. I've never cooked that will never cook again. I do have a phobia now of like frying up hamburgers, because years ago I think my mom was in the hospital at the time, and so we had our dog, her dog there. Well, I was cooking burgers. I think it was for me and my daughter, and we were cooking, and it got very steamy in there. She was asleep, so I didn't want the smoke alarm to go off.
Mm-hmm.
And I was I opened the door because at the apartment I was living at the time, the windows were not. I couldn't open them. So I thought that the dog was in the fucking in the room with my daughter. So I thought, okay, and the door was shut. She wasn't, and we lost her that day. I never found her. We never found her. I looked fucking the entire thing. I literally had to because I was by myself with her. So I had to pick her up and take her outside with me to go look for her. And I felt bad, but the moment that my daughter literally was calling her name too when I was yelling for her, that got me. So ever since then, I've had a phobia of cooking burgers. I have a little dog right now, and I love her to death, and I would not want anything like if anything to happen to her where she just runs away or something. Plus, she's a tiny dog, so it's like running out. We got big dogs around where I live, so she would not last long.
Wow.
So, but as far as my favorite thing I like cooking, it would be actually pork chops with shake and bake.
Oh, nice.
That's usually why I like cooking. Like I cooked that a couple of weeks ago. When I get paid, I'm gonna have to go get some more because I want to cook it again.
I might do that myself. All right, we're having a lot of fun here, you guys. Woo!
Yep.
Especially since I joined.
Yes, thank you, Mason. Oh my God,
Mason, I'm the star of this show. Is your picture on here, boy?
No,
Leonard's missed me. He missed my shenanigans.
Would you say pork chops is also your favorite food?
I always enjoyed you two doing your shit on here. I did do that. I did enjoy that.
Boy, you permanent.
My
Like
worst
markers?
experience eating anywhere was at Wendy's. I bought one of their would I call it a turkey sandwich? I don't know exactly what you would call it. But as I was eating it, I bit into something crunchy, and I pulled it out, and there was a piece of glass that was.
Oh no!
And I remember because it cut my tongue,
Ugh.
and I had blood coming out of my mouth. I was like, "What the?" So I've never eaten at Wendy's ever again ever since then.
I can
Now my
imagine.
best
You didn't
experience
even try
eating
to
anywhere.
like
Sue
them?
them?
My favorite experience eating anywhere was actually at a place called Smoky Bones. We went in there and I never ate there before, and they had this like thing on their menu that was like shrimp thing, and I'm like, let me try this. Let me see if this is good. Tried it. It was delicious. Best experience I ever had. Never going to eat there again because it was expensive, but it was definitely my best experience eating somewhere.
One of those, yeah.
Actually, now that you bring it up, there was another one. Okay, so one of the rare times that my mom and dad were together, and not together, but together, and we went somewhere. We went to this place on the south side. My dad was raised on the south side, so go figure. But called Bud Jones, and I had chicken fried steak was fucking to die for. It was excellent. But I also remember that because that was actually because it was like an old school type restaurant. It had like the old CD things where you could play them,
The
buy your
jukebox,
ticket
right?
and that's actually how I got into Leonard Skinner. Was
Oh,
from
nice.
that experience. So that was something that I got from that also influenced me musically. It was from that experience. So that's another one I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead, Ren.
My worst experience from a restaurant would have to be Snow. Dude, that every Sagan?
What place?
Subway.
Subway. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Subway's pretty good.
Subway's good, but every time I get the BLT, it just doesn't agree for me for some odd reason.
Subway has slowly kind of like fallen out of like favor with me. I've had Subway before. Recently, I find myself like going to like different places. I feel like Subway is just kind of average. I don't know.
Subway is below for me now.
Yeah.
Because of the BLT.
Oh wow.
And I had bad food poisoning because of it.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, he did recently too.
Ironically, Taco Bell is where I had my horrible experience with food poisoning.
Yeah.
I told
I had Taco Bell yesterday for dinner and it was delicious.
I told this story before on this channel, but basically all you gotta know is that I was with my dad in his big rig truck for the week, and we went to this truck stop, and I got an XXL burrito before they discontinued them.
Mm-hmm.
And I got food poisoning to the point where my dad we had to get a taxi to take me to the like medical center because I was like throwing up constantly. That was my worst.
Two problems. I see two problems with that. One, you went to a truck stop. Two, you ordered the biggest, most fattest item on the menu.
Yeah, because I was like, because my dad was, because I was sitting there like, oh, I want to get Taco Bell, while my dad's sitting there getting like the the diner stuff for the buffet stuff.
Yeah.
From the truck stop, and I was like, I want to get Taco Bell. I regret that. I regret that decision so badly.
I wouldn't trust most food from a truck stop, to be quite honest.
Well, my best experience, and this is before my mom passed away. Me and my mom and dad and my grandma, we all went to Branson so we can go to Silver Dollar City. And one of the places we went to go eat was Fuddruckers.
Oh, yes.
They're gone right now, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I think so, or I don't know. I haven't been there in a long
still
time.
Open, or did Sonic close? Because Sonic,
I think they're still open. Just a lot of locations, especially one near me, closed.
Yeah,
I think Sonic is still there.
The part of Indiana that I am from, right? There's no Sonics open down here. Like I'm in Fort Wayne, but there is one open in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is about 2 hours away from me. Which honestly, depending on what part I could drive from, I could probably get there in an hour.
To finish what I was gonna say, best place that I've eaten for mostly have to be Culver's.
Yes,
Culver's, yes. Oh my gosh,
they're building a Culver's in my town.
Very good, yeah.
Oh, Mason,
yeah, they're very good, Mason.
I recommend, and let me tell you something. They sell roast pot roast and roast beef.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I had like a
I've-
pot roast sandwich.
I've
Very
heard
good.
like from Moist Critical. I
Mhm.
heard the service at Culver's is like very
The service
very
is
good.
very good. The quality is very
Yes, it is. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Food is very disappointing.
butter
Only-
burger.
Like
Whataburger. Okay, here's
No,
the thing.
butter burger.
Most of the burgers that I've had at different places look flat as hell. They look like someone sat on them. Even Whataburger, I'm sorry, as good as their burgers are, they still look like they're flat.
yeah, even if
Only
you get a
places
triple
Don't
patty,
look
it
like
still
they're
looks flat.
Yeah.
The only two places are Culver's and Popeyes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes. And by the way, speaking of a burger, I want to kind of give you guys a little, little tutorial here on how to do it. So, my brother taught me this because, of course, he worked in the food service industry. If you get those frozen burger patties, the ones that come in the bag, uncooked, you thaw them out, and then you put them in the oven at 400 for 10 minutes. You flip them halfway, and you're done.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Interesting.
400 for 10 minutes. You flip them halfway, then you're done. If you see a little bit of blood on the top, you flip it over, and the blood will go away in like 10 seconds.
I wonder how Gordon Ramsay would feel about that.
Yeah. All right. So worst experience for me, McDonald's.
McDonald's.
It was one time my parents had ordered a what's it called? A black breakfast platter from there. And for some reason, and I will never ever eat powdered or liquid eggs ever again.
Oh yeah.
Because
The hotcakes meal, right?
yeah. Yeah, one time I didn't eat the day before. Eat it the day before. So I ate the day after. It was on a Sunday after church. We got home. My mom was like, well, we have leftovers breakfast from yesterday. I was like, okay. I kid you not. I ate the whole thing, eggs and everything. What had happened? Oh, it was around 3 p.m. I was washing a bag and washing dishes, doing stuff. My stomach started hurting. I was like, oh, okay, this is not normal. Okay, maybe I have to, maybe I just have to go to the bathroom. I'll be fine. It was one of those food poisonings where you do your business and your stomach just literally starts sounding like
crap. Yeah.
like a motorboat. Constant, and it would not go away until
Some people swear by the stuff McDonald's has. I would literally consider McDonald's the last like fast food place to go to.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect. I mean, they have some good things, but just don't eat eggs the next day from places like that.
Yeah.
My
worst experience was from
Arizona sweet tea.
Arizona. Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Was
Neil.
Outback.
Outback. Oh wow. Okay.
And yeah, because and this granted, this was a long time ago. This was 2004. And yeah, so I was only 10 at the time. I got, and I'm not sure how well they usually do it, but I don't know. I was stupid enough to order chicken at a steak place. And I got sick the next day because I'm pretty sure it was not cooked through, and I didn't realize it.
Yeah, and let me say this right now, ladies and gentlemen. There is no such thing as a
medium rare
chicken.
Yeah.
You must cook your poultry at 165.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be kind of honest. I've been to Outback like twice, and I do like them. But I've noticed every time I ask them to make a sirloin, I usually get it like medium rare, right? Because I like the pink in the middle for the better juices. They somehow every time they bring it to me, I don't know if this is how they do it, but they burn the top of the steak a little bit. It's like it's kind of strange because when I went to Longhorn. I went to Longhorn with my aunt and my grandma, and I ordered the same thing. I wanted the sirloin medium rare, and they actually did it correctly to where Outback would burn the top of the steak only the top part, and I was like, why?
Nothing wrong with Outback, honestly. I mean, and usually you're pretty much safe ordering beef from most places. So, and usually every time I've had a steak from there, they're pretty good. So I don't know.
The steak from Red Lobster
chicken.
though was kind of interesting.
I don't know why I feel like having chicken that day, but
I actually had experience with another restaurant or a fast food place. Now, like I said, I would never eat at Wendy's before, but there was another bad experience of mine, and the camera's off for a second. Give me a second, I'll turn the camera back on. I actually got food poisoning at Burger King. I ordered something that they had new on the menu, and apparently they didn't cook something all the way through, and it gave me food poisoning. And yeah, I had to go to the hospital after that. Bad experience. But I'll still eat at Burger King. But I still say my worst experience.
So I don't know. I've heard that they're not doing as well as they used to. I mean,
yeah, they're really not.
I got over at Burger King tonight.
Yeah, but still, the worst experience I ever had was at the Wendy's with the glass and just no. I'll eat at Burger King again, even though I got food poisoning. I'll still eat there. I just won't eat at fucking Wendy's ever again after the glass, because I think the glass is worse than getting food poisoning.
Yeah, and that's something I keep in mind. Now, let me tell you about my best experiences before we move on to the next thing. Well, my best experience in Nihar, it's just thanks to you. First one is, of course, 1,000-degree pizza.
Oh yes,
I've never heard about that.
Oh my goodness! I have never felt so good after eating a pizza, because when I eat pizza from other places,
yes, I agree, and they are my go-to pizza for like, not stuffing yourself. So you can get a pizza. The pizza base of one of them is like 500 and something calories, but it's a pretty thick pizza. And then you just put a few stuff on it, and it's like a lot easier to take than a 2,000 calorie like grease.
I know, yeah, I noticed the difference. And the second one is, again, thanks to you, when I took you out for your birthday, back in 2020, and I tried
was that the Chinese place?
Yeah, sweet and sour pork.
Oh yeah,
and oh my gosh, they were
very
the
good.
Portions, yeah, the portions were.
So I didn't give my best. My best was so there's actually a Chinese place. So I'm gonna give one that's like more upscale. The other one, it would be more like fast food. So like in terms of like most things I've tried, we have a Chinese place close to here around Stone Oak that's very good, called Lee's Sichuan Kitchen. Very authentic and flavorful. I really like them. Family owned. And then best like low end fast food. So Wingstop had a really awesome flavor back in 2015 that it was called Serrano pepper lime glaze, I think, or just Serrano pepper glaze. And I really loved it, and I made it. I tried to make that flavor again for the Super Bowl just a while ago.
Oh wow!
I would like to apologize.
Wingstop is good, but they're really expensive.
I would like to apologize about leaving just now. I'm in this freaking group chat on Messenger, and they keep calling the freaking chat. Every time they do a group call, it makes Messenger go off with a call, and it keeps cutting out the audio to where I can't hear y'all.
Oh, don't worry.
I've been there. I've been there. Yeah, I've been there.
So that's why I left it 2 times. So I had to go and mute my notifications on Messenger, so that doesn't happen anymore. I apologize.
Now, Charlie, got a question for you, buddy. Have you ever baked before?
Oh, you have to master cooking before you can bake something.
Oh, what? Sorry, I put a message. I'll be right back. All right, what's up?
Have you ever baked before?
No. That's one thing I haven't done yet. I've like helped my mom with stuff, but other than that, that's most I've done.
Okay, all right. Okay, so now let's get into the adult things. Not that type of adult things. The other adult things.
Not
the good adult
disappoint-
things.
Not
Yeah.
that adult things.
No.
Damn.
Let's get to drinking.
Ooh.
Oh, that's my fancy.
Yeah, that's me too.
That's actually funny we're talking about that because I'm going to be 21 in a month and 7 days because my birthday is March 7th and I'm going to have myself a beer.
Very nice.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So
Just
what?
don't stay away from Jaeger. Don't drink Jaeger.
Oh
That stuff
my
tastes
God.
like garbage.
Yeah.
I was going to drink a Corona. I heard Corona.
I've
beer
never
is
tried Corona. I do not like Modelo.
Corona's better than Modelo.
Try Dos Equis. Try Dos Equis. I
Dos
love
Equis is good too. Yeah.
Okay,
Dos Equis is really good.
so let's go. Okay, so Charlie, let's go with you first. Okay, best drink and best experiences with drinking and worst drink and worst experiences with drinking.
Oh, are we talking about like all right. So best experience, I'd say, was Coyote Ugly. Back in 2016, I think it was New Year's. I got a body shot from one of the bartenders. It was awesome. I got tied up behind my head, like my hands behind my head and shit like that, and got it off of her rack. Basically, it was awesome. As far as worse, and this goes to another weird story. I have learned in like some women, they don't like the rubber. Let's just say it like that. Anyway, so in that sense, my pull-out game is on point. Well, unfortunately, I learned one thing last year. I learned that I shouldn't be doing anything while I'm drunk or high, and unfortunately, I was both. So me and this one chick went to her place, and we, we drank some drink and, smoked some of the devil's grass, if you will. And then we decided to get all down and dirty. Well, unfortunately, I accidentally finished off inside of her.
Yeah.
He was lucky though, because I think I got either it was stimulus or the income tax come in. So we were able, she wasn't pissed. I was more pissed off myself at that time. And I went to go get one of those Plan B things for her, shit like that. But anyway, that's it was still great sex, but in terms of the aftermath, yeah, it was bad. But a generic story, I'd say, would be like drinking too much where you throw up or pass out. But I thought that was too generic to use because that's happened before as well. I want to use some more unique and creative to the situation. But yeah, that's the best and worst one. And once again, it involved a woman.
Favorite drink, either mixed or beer or something.
Okay, so for me, it would be a watermelon margarita, a Long Island iced tea, and as terms of, I'm a whiskey guy. I'm not really the biggest beer person, so whiskey, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Jameson, but Jack Daniels all the way.
And Coke.
And what? Oh yeah, Jack and Coke.
If everybody was wondering why I left that time just now, freaking my doctor called me on the phone. Called me on my phone number. So, yeah, I have all my notifications muted this time, so nobody
The group chat,
and make
then
the
the
audio
Doctor, what's next?
Discord, all that
CNN.
stuff, yeah.
Technical difficulties. I apologize.
All right.
I shouldn't be getting any more calls now.
Okay, Charlie. Okay, and go ahead. Your at least favorite was what?
I'd say just beer. I'm not the biggest beer person, so I just say beer. Like I'll drink like a Dos Equis or Modelo, and a Corona, but fucking the rest.
I agree with you there because beer to me, like Dos Equis is good, but I just don't like drinking beer in general. I just do it like whenever I feel like I just want a little buzz.
Yeah, like I'll go and drink. I'll go and get like a bottle of Jack before I'll go get a 6-pack of beer. I'll just leave it at that.
All right, boy, your turn.
Oh, my turn? Okay, so hold on. Let me go grab it because I want to show you my favorite.
17 hours later.
We've learned a lot of interesting things on this on this home food podcast. We learned that Mason attacked Lennon with a with a used tampon, and then Lennon tried to lie and say it was a banana. We learned that Hangman Charlie keeps a pair of fuzzy handcuffs underneath his bed.
Okay. So my favorite beer or favorite alcohol drink is Jack Daniel's Watermelon Punch.
Ooh,
That is my
boy.
favorite. I'm a really big fan of fruity drinks.
What flavor is that?
definitely
Because
try
I've been
that.
meaning to try those. I see those at HEB.
Jack Daniel's Watermelon Punch.
I see them at HEB. I'm gonna when I get paid on Tuesday. I'm definitely going because they have like 6-pack shit. I'm definitely going to
And
try
then-
that because
I'm not gonna go grab it because then I have to run back again. But I got a second favorite, and I recently just bought this, was Smirnoff Pink Lemonade.
oh yes. Oh, word of advice to people: do not drink Four Locos. Yeah, that's all. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
and the thing is, when I first started drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade because I wasn't really sure because about the other beers. So I tried Mike's Hard Lemonade and I really liked it. And so fruity drinks is kind of where I'm at. So margaritas, cocktails, and stuff like the Jack Daniel's stuff is what I drink. Now, as for stuff I don't like, so me and my best friend in Oklahoma, my friend's more of an alcoholic. Because me, I only drink occasionally. I don't drink all the time. I only drink like one beer, and that's probably it. But him, we were playing Super Smash Brothers, and we went to the local. Let's see. We went to the store. I can't remember what you call it. Liquor store. Sorry, we went to the liquor store, and so he found the cheapest whiskey you could buy. It was like just $5 peach mint whiskey. And it is the most terrible tasting whiskey. And so our idea is that we were gonna play Super Smash Bros. And whoever lost had to take a shot of the whiskey, and it tasted so bad. The aftertaste was just awful. But we did it because it, got us to that point. But I hated that beer.
Alrighty. Is that it for you?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay,
all
all
I
right,
can
now-
tell you.
Now let's turn to Mr. Delivered.
Okay.
I'll go put this alcohol back.
Mostly mine is usually Budweiser, and I think I had one time bean, but it was actually in a chocolate flavor, and the alcohol was on it. And it was at my workplace, and he said, "No, you're not going to get that drunk." And I'm like, "I hope not," because it was my last day at work that one day. Here.
Ah.
So
So that was what your best and least favorite?
I don't think I have a least favorite, honestly.
All
I
right.
have to experience a little bit more drinking again.
Brian. Nihar?
Okay, so some of the best ones I've had are usually I'm the one who looks out for new like for the big soda brands. I'm usually not the biggest fan. I like the more smaller companies, but like with the bigger ones, I'm usually looking out for interesting flavors. But some of the best and I'm also not an alcohol drinker. I usually drink the
The ginger beer.
yeah, the little off-brand soft drinks. So the best one I've had was called a sarsaparilla, I think is what it's called.
Sarsaparilla?
Yeah. It's almost like root beer, a little bit more towards like Dr. Pepper, what that's kind of like. It has some different ingredients in it. I'm not sure. I think it has like wintergreen and vanilla or something. It's slightly different from a root beer. It's a very interesting flavor.
Is that your fan, Mason?
My fan. Oh, you can hear my fan?
Maybe
Damn!
turn your fan off.
Oh, okay.
And then I've also had Fever Tree. I like Fever Tree. They have
Yeah,
like
the Fever Tree,
citrus
yeah.
sodas as well as their ginger beer.
Ooh.
And then my worst,
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no fan.
Where is Charlie? That man's been muted for a minute now.
I'm here.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He's a grown
No,
boy.
he's good.
My
I'm just
worst
kidding around.
one was
Oh my.
Oh, Rambling Hicks says
I-
Raging Titties. Oh, there we go.
I'm not a huge fan of like the alcohol taste. I still haven't gotten used to it. I went
Me
to,
either. I'm not used to it either. That's why I only drink like one beer at a time and just like not overdo it because I'm a little scared of how I'd be like if I was drunk. I don't
Yeah.
want to meet that person.
Boy.
I've always said I'm
Our
a
family
party
went to
drunk and a
Germany
horny
and
drunk. I'm
we
not
had
violent
something
drunk.
Before.
Oh, I've had. I haven't found that beer that made me horny because I'm horny all the time.
Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah.
We went to Germany and we
It's,
were
it's
going
like there's
for
a
a
difference.
concert.
One time, like
We
one
were going
is
for a
like,
concert, and
Oh, go ahead,
before
Leon.
that, we had a family dinner. And this place in Germany, it was like a massive like palace or something, and they did not have any non-alcoholic drinks on the menu. So I had no idea what to get besides water. So they're just, try what we got, and it was bitter and sour, and I didn't like it.
All
This
right.
was in Germany, by the way.
I tried ale, and my friend mixed it up with like orange and lime citrus to at least get out the bitterness, and it did do it a little bit better. But still, I was like, this is.
What cereal is that, Charlie?
oh, Fruit Loops marshmallow. At first,
wow.
when you said ale, I thought you said anal, Mason. I was
Anal.
I was like,
Charlie,
What?
power wash your mind.
hey, my mind's been
Your
fucked up.
mind needs a pressure washing.
If you want to know what
My mind has been fucked up since I lost my virginity at cemetery at 14. So yeah.
All right, Charlie.
And so,
Okay.
if you want to know what brand it was Wonderland Ale.
Wonderland.
Well,
Ale.
I guess we're gonna have to change the name of this from the Home Foodcast to the Home Food and Pornhub Cast. Because
Yeah.
good lord.
Okay. And shout out to just a little bit off topic here, Mason and I. Oh my goodness! Again, eye pokes. Thank you.
Wait, that's iPokes?
Pornhub.
Cornhub.
No. Remember that episode of?
Oh
Mason-
yeah, I remember that episode. That was. Wait, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about?
We were talking about What were we talking about? We were talking about something.
Involved
and then,
Pornhub.
Yeah, Pornhub. Yeah, it wasn't Pornhub. It was before the Halloween special. It was a week before the Halloween special.
Yeah, I remember that. Man, it's been a while. I haven't checked any episodes. I haven't done a Mason effect in a while, and I just haven't. If you know, I just haven't. As I told Lennon,
There's literally a place in, I think it's the Middle East. They call it Sandwich Hub.
dang. As I told Lennon, I haven't been posting much due to just focusing on life and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he hasn't been on here.
Yeah, I have been on here, boy, because that still counts as focusing on other stuff.
Yeah, I know, boy. But yeah, it was that.
Monica again? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think we're talking about the PS5.
Where's that link that you just posted?
It's a picture of the Sandwich Hub in the Middle East with the same logo.
Check it out. Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, screenshot that.
will make you
Screenshot.
talk. I love that.
Hey, Mason, screenshot that and send it to Lennon so Lennon can put it in the group chat that we are in Messenger. Please, I have to see this logo, and if I click on the link that Nihar decided to randomly post, it's going to kick me off the thing. So
Oh, okay.
please screenshot it and send it to Lennon so Lennon
just
can
screen
save the
share it.
photo.
Yeah.
Lennon can put it in the group chat that we have on
I'll
Messenger.
just put it in the group chat already because I. Can
Oh,
just do it.
okay. Oh yeah, I forgot you're in the group chat on Messenger.
Yeah, I'm still in the group chat.
Yeah, he's still in the group chat. I haven't kicked him off yet. And I
Yeah, you
plan
better not kick me out, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Wait. You have a group chat, and I'm supposed to be your co-host or something. I'm not in it. What the fuck, man?
Wait,
Yeah,
Charlie,
Lennon.
do you
Yeah,
have Facebook?
Lennon.
Charlie, do you have Facebook? Because if
Of
you
course
do,
he has
I'll,
Facebook. Yes.
I'll add you as a friend
Who
and I'll
doesn't?
put you in the group chat.
Yeah, I was gonna. I almost put my link in the private chat, but then you just said about you clicking it, if it'll take you out. So I was like, okay, I'll just have to do it.
I will send you his link or something. Okay.
I sent it in the group chat.
I don't drink and I don't intend to, because I will tell you something. Somebody decided to get so drunk he decided to break both of my remotes, and
Don't look at me.
That
both
wasn't
of my
me.
remotes. No, no, it's personal, but yeah, that's basically what. That's why I will never drink, and that is my life's promise. You will never see me drink or drunk ever. I don't care how much you guys are gonna pressure me. I don't care how much Matt's gonna try to pressure me to do it. No,
What if I gave you $1 million?
hell no, Mason.
What the fuck? I take
Fine.
500K.
No, fine. I'll just take my $1 million and I'll leave.
But yeah,
I'm just gonna share it with you anyway.
oh, it's all right. You never share nothing with me, anyway, boy.
Oh, you bet that.
Mason.
Boy.
Okay, now let's talk about the sweet stuff.
Ooh.
Sweet stuff. Desserts.
Dessert.
Oh,
Breakfast is not
I
supposed
thought
to
we
be
were talking about
Speaking
Poontang
of-
pie.
Speaking of dessert, I went to a Chinese buffet, and you know those coffee cakes? I had 6 of those fuckers.
Oh, really?
Yes, I love their coffee cakes.
I love Chinese buffets. Oh my gosh.
I had their fried chicken. It's actually kind of good.
The mac and cheese is good.
You don't have mac and cheese at mine.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But they do have the teriyaki, chicken teriyaki on the stick.
Oh, dude,
Ooh.
y'all are making me hungry. Stop.
Okay, so Charlie, favorite dessert and least favorite dessert.
For least favorite, that's easy. Coconut pie. As far as like favorite,
Women does not count, sir.
Oh my god.
well, I was gonna say we're going by that and then poontang pie, but no.
Tang pie.
But that's tough. I like of course like cookies and cream, ice cream and shit like that. But
Do you not like coconut, or what is it?
I used to always call it paper fucking pie, because it always had the paper shit and all that. I never liked that, honestly. So yeah, I'll probably go with cookies and cream. That's probably something I'd say for a.
Oh yeah, I remember when we had our birthday celebration with him. I brought the Oreo cookies and cream cake.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Favorite. Yes. Okay.
For me, the worst dessert I've ever had, and I absolutely hate these because I despise coconut. I think coconut is disgusting, but I hate snowballs. I think snowballs are just nasty.
That's coconut and like
Powdered sugar.
Yeah,
Powdered sugar,
it's gross. Best snack though, my favorite snack. This is gonna sound weird. I quite enjoy cornbread. I think cornbread is good.
Ooh,
cornbread.
is
Cornbread
good.
can even be a dessert sometimes.
It can actually. It can
I can
be
understand
anything.
that coconut is not for everybody, depending on the taste. I love coconut.
Well, we know.
Depending
That's why
on
I
how
don't
you
eat
prepare it.
almond bars. That's why I don't eat.
Depending on how you prepare it, cornbread can either be a side or a dessert.
A dessert, yes, or a breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's 2 versions. There's sweet and there's savory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mason.
Okay, first off, my favorite dessert, and this is probably just because whenever I go to like Chili's or Applebee's or anywhere, like it has to be the molten lava cakes they give you, because even though they're expensive, those Bundt cakes are so goddamn good. Even though they're expensive, I love them so much.
Plate
I love
licking
this
good.
so much.
Plate
Yeah, the
licking
plate
good.
looking good because I always love fighting over the I always love fighting over the hot fudge and the ice cream and stuff like that. But like when I don't have to spend an arm and a leg for that crap, you guys ever heard of Andy's custard?
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Because if you're here down south, we have custard down south. It's different from other places. But whenever I go to Andy's Custard or I go to Dairy Queen or anything like that, I usually like getting the brownie sundae because that's actually my favorite go-to dessert.
Woo!
The brownie sundae immediately, and that's always what I went for. But as my least favorite dessert, for example, I don't like apple pie. I like pecan pie. I like pecan pie. Some of my family members don't like pecan pie. I like pecan pie. Because I like how the filling has this caramel kind of taste.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice.
But pecan pie I don't like. I don't like what is it? I don't like Jello. So I just don't like the texture. I do not like anything that involves like bananas or anything like that unless it's like a smoothie. Because I don't like the texture of bananas. Boy, I already know what you're insinuating. Shut up. Boy.
My favorite is actually I like cinnamon or anything. Actually, I like what is it called? The toffee pudding or the date. I actually really like that date and toffee pudding or whatever. I remember I had I went on Emirates to India and they had that as one of their desserts, and I realized how I like that kind of. It's caramely and spicy and cinnamony. I really like that kind of flavor combination. And then I also like most chocolate things and most berry kind of flavor.
Oh yeah, when it comes to ice cream for me, mint chocolate chip is always my go-to.
Baked Alaska, yum.
And then my least favorite would be, of course, I think I used to eat Jello a lot when I was younger, but now I don't like the texture of it that much.
I never understood it, and even with the taste, I just don't understand why.
No Jello shots for you, Mason?
Nope, I don't do Jello. I do pudding, but I don't do Jello. Now here's the thing: I'll do banana pudding. Banana pudding, I will do that. Because banana, as long as banana's a liquid, we're a smoothie or a pudding, I'll eat it. But if it's solid, I won't eat it. Kind of similar to tomato assholes.
Jesus.
Because as a banana as a whole, not asshole, as a whole.
Well, we know you like one thing. We know you like.
Excuse me, boy.
Now, wait, Mason, since we're talking about this stuff, right? I couldn't help to notice that you said you like salty stuff. My question is your favorite thing that is salty, is it a white liquid? Is it a white liquid?
No.
All right, Christian.
No! Oh, now I know what you mean. Oh, okay.
Is it a very thick white liquid?
All right,
Licking the sweat off of a woman, just after a good old fucking. After a good old fucking, you just lick the sweat off each other. Yeah.
No one heard me. Well, I'll
What'd
say
you
it
say?
again. I'll say it louder. I said, I haven't tried it yet. Well, I'll let you know when I do.
Mason.
Because after hours of sex, it's Lucky Char's sweat. You have that.
Oh my Charlie!
Hey guys. All right, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to make the show sexual when he doesn't want it to be.
Same. That's what they disagree on.
Yeah, I think my favorite ice cream would or dessert is an ice cream or chocolate chip cookie. It's one of my favorites.
And least favorite?
Least favorite, I would have to say pumpkin pie.
What? You don't like pumpkin pie?
No, really don't.
You don't like pumpkin pie. Let me set up another stream. We'll do a 3-hour exposure of you not liking pumpkin pie.
We lost Mason.
What? Oh,
We lost
no.
Mason.
Uh-oh. I don't know. Should I let him back in?
See if he comes. If he has to do something, then he'll let us know.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Click that porn link I sent you.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, we're officially changing the name.
Well, for
of this.
me, I usually prefer like sorbet.
Yay, Lenin's now bottom.
Sorry, Mihar, go ahead.
I prefer a sorbet to ice cream. I like that. I like the fruit, like the fruity kind of like juicy flavor rather than the like creamy.
Yeah, the sherbet.
Usually.
Yes. All right. So yours truly. Okay. Mine is very simple. Okay. I like anything chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I like anything chocolate and edible chocolate. Merson.
Excuse me, I didn't even say anything, so don't accuse me of things.
Not the one that you find on the ground.
Oh my god.
Wait, you're not supposed to eat that stuff?
Street rat.
I have a feeling he's not talking about chocolate. Ladies and gentlemen, do not
Don't
eat
eat
dog
the
turds
yellow
off
snow,
the
right?
ground. Do not eat dog turds off the ground.
Who's doing that? Whoever's doing that, need to stop or get arrested.
Okay, I'm sorry, but anyways, anything chocolate. I love chocolate frosted cake with the chocolate frosting. Remember the chocolate cakes from the cafeteria?
Yeah, I
didn't
remember
have those. We weren't that lucky.
I did. They were good. I like cookies and I like ice cream cake.
Fudge.
Oh, fudge! Yeah, I'm a huge donut fan.
Oh, fudge you.
Yes,
Get it? Fudge you.
I'm a huge donut fan. So yes, I will eat a donut.
I bet you love donuts.
Make it!
It's calling you a pig.
I know he's calling me a pig. He's about to turn into a bank.
Excuse me? Everybody... the bank, I got all the money.
Let's see what else. I like ice cream, like I said. As sherbet, I like anything sweet. My least favorite would have to be, I don't know, things that just taste weird.
Things that taste weird.
Oh man, yeah. You know what that means. Lennon's other favorite snack, since he likes things that taste weird, he loves the flavor of vanilla condoms.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Anyways, but yeah. Okay,
let's talk about breakfast.
Breakfast food. Yes.
If we're talking about breakfast food, you know what? My favorite thing to eat for breakfast, and if I have this for breakfast, it just makes my morning. I love a bagel. I love a toasted bagel with cream cheese.
Cream cheese, yeah.
And listen, sausage patties, some hash browns, and an omelet with mozzarella cheese, bacon, and ham. I love omelets, and that would be a perfect breakfast for me. That would make my morning, and that would just be that would be the best breakfast ever. I enjoy all of that.
Yeah, I think it would probably be just. Well, I don't eat much anymore, but so they have a cereal bar. I think Entenmann's Devil Food Donuts and apples and cinnamon oatmeal.
Oh wow! All right, now we have
Charlie.
Mr.
Are you there?
Charlie.
Here at breakfast.
We're talking breakfast.
All right. I like personally. I like a good old fashioned bacon egg taco, a bacon omelet, and of course I'm an old school man as well. Some good old fashioned bacon, egg, toast, and oatmeal. As far as least, I don't really have a least for breakfast, not that I know of. Grits maybe, which is surprising because I'm Southern. Which is basically oatmeal too, or cream and all that.
Yeah, there's a process.
Yeah, it'll probably just be grits. That'd probably be my least favorite.
Okay.
I kind of would agree with Charlie on that one. Grits his favorite too.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say my
Oatmeal.
least.
Yeah.
Grits
If I,
or grit or oatmeal in like general.
if I had to say my least favorite thing for breakfast, and honestly, because after everything, I do not, and I don't understand why people like them. I do not like Lucky Charms. I don't know why. I just don't like them. Like that's probably my least favorite thing ever to eat for breakfast is Lucky Charms. I don't enjoy them.
Why? Because of the leprechaun on the box.
Yes.
No, I just don't like.
I
I
think
just
that's
don't.
why.
I don't. I'm not. I don't like the. I don't like the taste
Because
of
he
the
stole it from
marshmallows.
Arms.
I don't like the taste of the marshmallows, and I don't like the taste of the regular cereal that's without the marshmallows. I just don't like the taste of it.
What is wrong with you?
Hey, that's just my opinion.
I think
I'm
it's
not
the
even
texture. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all based on texture.
Yeah.
Like
So how-
I don't like the texture of bananas, so I mean I can understand.
I can understand.
Boy.
Okay, so funny story. Since we
Boy!
okay, but before I say anything, we are officially changing the name of this to the Home Food and Corn Hub podcast since we've made this
Boy.
entire thing dirty. And since we've made this entire thing dirty, I just got to say something real quick. I have a friend who, and I quote, said this while we were in a store one time. He said he will not eat bananas because he, and I quote, said, because he used to eat bananas, right? And he was like, eating a banana is like eating a goddamn sticky dick. So he
Oh
said
my
he will never
God.
eat bananas again because of that.
Oh,
Sticky.
boy.
That means he probably waited until it was like overripe.
Oh wow, yeah.
So, he doesn't like eating bananas. He only ate banana one time. He didn't like it, and he said it was like eating a goddamn sticky
Yeah.
dick. He said he'd never do it again.
How does he know what
Yeah.
dick tastes like?
Yeah. Mason!
Shut up!
Mason, did you answer the question about breakfast?
Oh no, I have not. Breakfast?
Yeah.
That's kind of rare for me, to be honest. I usually skip breakfast, but whenever I do have breakfast, I guess I would use like two or 3 days ago, I think so, something like that. I cooked some like I usually just do like eggs, and when I make my eggs, I like them scrambled, but I like as for like spices I usually use like salt, pepper, and then I like to use like a little bit of like garlic salt because
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like the garlic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mix it in together, and sometimes I also make toast of it. Now, my dad, when he does French toast, he does it in a way that's actually kind of different from what normal French toast is. Usually, French toast is usually sweet and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We do it my dad does it a different way. What I usually do is we crack some eggs into like the baking pan, right? The glass plate baking pan. And then you overlay the bread on the eggs on both sides of the egg yolk, and then you put it on the fryer, right? And you fry the bread with the egg yolk on it, and it kind of like makes it toasty. And that's my dad's version of French toast.
Wow.
And sometimes I don't do that a lot, usually because that requires a lot of bread and requires a lot of eggs. So it's only sometimes. But most of the time, whenever I do have breakfast, which is not a lot of times, because usually I get up around like 10 o'clock, something like that, or 9, and like that, and I leave for work, and I usually just get I usually get lunch because it's already lunchtime by the time like that. So I usually skip breakfast, but when I do, it's just usually just simply eggs and toast.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Now,
Mihar?
if I go to hold on, if I go to like IHOP or Village Inn or something like that, which I don't know if you guys know what Village Inn is. You guys know what that is?
No.
Okay, you guys probably don't have it. All right, it's kind of like an altered like IHOP, but
Okay.
usually I will if I want to get breakfast, I simply go for chocolate chip pancakes.
Oh,
'Cause
nice.
That's like my first easy go for like breakfast. But when I make it myself, it's always just it's bacon. I do like, but I only like bacon when it's not like too hard cooked to the point where it's like hard.
Burr, yeah.
I like it when it's firm and it's easily nice and chewable. Because when bacon is cooked, like for example, if you leave bacon out for a little too long, it gets a little too firm.
Yeah.
It gets
Yeah.
too hard, and it just becomes like you're eating
Rubbery.
crackers.
Yeah. Rubbery.
Yeah, it
or
just feels like you're
crispy.
eating saltine crackers because you just like start getting like all cracked and stuff like that, and it feels rubbery.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
feel right.
And I
So-
honestly don't understand people who like their bacon like super well done, because like literally, yeah, it's not a cracker, it's meat.
Yeah.
Exactly. Same way with like with steaks. Like if you get it well done, it's gonna like. I made the mistake. Like I started realizing that medium well is not that great for me because I don't like the texture and I don't like it's really tough. Stuff like that.
Medium
So
well.
I've actually had steak and eggs. I have, and that's actually a pretty interesting combo. I had. What is it? I went to Village Inn. I got chicken fried steak and eggs. Now that's an interesting combo.
Oh yeah, no, that's something. Yeah, that's actually the Southern breakfast right there.
Yeah, Southern grits
Yeah.
is another thing I had. Grits are really good.
Oh my gosh, that just cooking grits, guys, and I just saw this on a video a while back. It's a different ratio than rice is. So
Grits,
it's
yeah.
one part grits to four
Adam.
parts water.
Oh no!
What do you think?
Look what Adam said.
Oh,
no! No!
What do you think?
Where was?
Pull up the comment. Pull up the comment.
And then read it.
Oh,
He says, I'll just read it for you since you're probably not going to pull it. He said, I can get the ingredients to make chocolate chip pancakes after I clean out the cage of my guinea pigs.
Oh,
Oh my god!
No! Don't ruin
that's
chocolate
horrible.
chip pancakes for me, Adam. Don't you dare!
Oh,
My
okay.
favorite shit ever.
All right, Adam.
I had to go.
Okay.
See you later, Brian.
All right, Brian.
No, I said Christian had to go. I'm still.
Yeah.
Oh.
Christian. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Christian. All right. So yeah. So cooking grits, it's 1 part grits to 4 parts water.
yeah.
Yeah. I just learned that the other day.
Okay,
Yeah, grits are
so
really good.
mine. So when you were talking about cereal, I mean, I used to have. Actually, I never used to have like the typical American-sized bowls of cereal because I like different flavor profiles. So my typical breakfast is like it's usually eggs, some fruit, cheese, sometimes some smoked salmon. So it's like different flavors, different proteins and fruits. And then usually, if I feel like having cereal, I'll have like tiny bowls. And yes, I'll have the Lucky Charms and the Apple Jacks and things like that. But it's like small compared on the side of what I usually have.
Yeah.
So it's almost like what a breakfast you would get in like Europe.
Ah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
my
everybody.
least favorite breakfast would be, I think I've like grown out of most fried foods. So I don't like hash browns.
Ah. Okay. Not even the patty.
Not, yeah, probably not. No. And I usually, except for rare occasions, I don't like sausage anymore because I think it gets a little too oily.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then oatmeal, I'm not usually a fan of.
Ah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So everybody went right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another thing is that in like Europe, some places will do a fried tomato in their English breakfast, and I don't like that.
Ah. Okay. All right. So my favorite, okay, is of course the donut. All right. And coffee, orange juice. And I will drink soda on occasions in the morning. And if I do that, I won't drink coffee.
Mm.
Yeah, I won't.
I can't do so. I mean, I like most sodas, but that's the thing. I can't do soda in the morning. And I also, for some reason, I can't drink water in the morning. I can only drink water after I've had like a usual breakfast like drink, like tea or something like that.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I know. And there was this guy on TikTok that said that you're supposed to drink water in the morning to help you hydrate.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. I am a taco guy.
Oh, breakfast tacos. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, chorizo and egg, chorizo and bean and cheese, sausage and egg. Yeah, pork sausage. I don't like the. I will eat the country and egg. Yeah, country and egg is very popular here in San Antonio. Very popular. And I'll eat, stuff like that. Um, Least favorite. What's my least favorite? I don't know. Least favorite. I don't think I have a least favorite, honestly.
Let's see. Oatmeal.
No, oatmeal. I love. Okay, I love oatmeal as long as it's flavored with something. Like I will eat
Okay.
plain oatmeal as long as it's sweetened
Mm.
and everything. Oh man. Okay. Oh man. I think we touched base on everything, right?
Yeah. Charlie.
I didn't come in.
You did. You asked about my sex life, motherfucker. I'm kidding.
Oh God.
Okay. I got one. I got one. Okay. All right. All of y'all. Y'all prefer frozen or homemade food? Frozen or fast?
I picked.
That depends.
Actually.
What do you like the context of that?
Frozen, like frozen,
Like there are like frozen dinner stuff or
Yeah.
like
yeah.
okay. All right, so
Like teams.
I have my favorite thing I like getting frozen is you ever heard of the lean cuisine meals like steamer stuff
Oh yeah.
where they come in
yeah.
the bowls?
Mm.
Those are actually my preferred choice. And it's actually healthier for me because those are healthy choice,
Yeah.
right? And they're healthier. Those are
Mhm.
actually my preferred frozen foods I do like buying because those to me are a great meal to have when I go to work because they're healthier and they're a lot easier because you just throw them in the microwave for
Yeah.
like 4 minutes and then they're ready to eat.
They're portion controlled. They're very flavorful, and sometimes they have very ethnic foods. I know they're going like really. Some are going like really ethnic, like they're doing foods from all over the world.
However,
yeah.
the downside about it is that they can be really expensive because the
Yeah.
more you buy, because I like to buy them a couple packs like for a week, and they can be like $4 or $5 like a piece, and it can get really expensive. But on the plus side, like you're right, Nihar, the portion size is good. It's healthier for you, and they're actually really flavorful. They're really flavorful, which is something that's kind of rare out of a TV dinner. Because whenever I use okay, if you buy Banquet, fine, sure, Banquet's pretty good. But when you buy like a normal like TV dinner, it's just whatever it's Salisbury steak and like, corn, and it's just something you eat whenever you're bored.
Hungry Man, Stouffer's.
Stouffer's is actually really good. I do like Stouffer's. Like they're like I'm gonna be honest, their spaghetti, Stouffer's spaghetti is actually really good because it doesn't come out like it's soggy. It actually comes out like it's made from like the pan. You know how you make spaghetti. So it's actually really good. But most of the time when you buy like Hungry Man and stuff like that, it's just, tons of sodium,
Hungry
right?
Man, I think it's very dry.
It's very dry, but it's also full of tons of sodium. Because for them to keep those packages from not expiring, they shove as much sodium as they can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think Marie Calendar is pretty good.
But Healthy Choice and Lean Cuisine are probably the two best options when it comes to TV dinners because they, even though for the price of them, they taste good and they taste like the actual product really good.
Oh, yeah.
Really decent. Like my favorite has to be chicken parmesan. The chicken parmesan one, that is my absolute favorite.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've tried that one. Yes. Oh my gosh, that is good. Yes, I've tried that one.
Now compared to fast food, that depends on because like here's the thing. I think we can all agree. Like McDonald's is just someplace you go to McDonald's when you just want to have like a burger and that's it. right? No one
Even
sits
if
there
you
and goes,
want to have a burger, there are like 10 other places I would go to.
there's 10 other places, but it's like, I'll just get McDonald's because I want, what the heck, just have a Big Mac or something like that. It's all right, but it's like you're right. There's 10 other places you can go for a burger, but when you just like, it's like, oh, whatever, I'll just go to McDonald's tonight. It's something like that. But if you really want like really good like fast food, like stuff like that, like In-N-Out, Whataburger, or
Culver's, Popeyes,
Culver's,
it's like if you want really decent fast food, you go to those places. McDonald's, I feel like, is the average. Like everyone goes to McDonald's once. Like everyone goes to McDonald's to get something.
The only time I remember going to McDonald's was like road trips, and usually when you're going like on long stretches of road, there's usually nothing.
Yeah, and there's not like a restaurant nearby, and it's like, oh, there's just McDonald's. I'll just get something from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when there's McDonald's, there's usually no other places. Usually there's
exactly.
Like,
exactly. That's why it's like
yeah.
I feel like everybody can agree that McDonald's is just like the average when it comes to fast food.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's like
they're like
it's there.
Nothing when there's nothing else. You're like driving on a long road trip. They're usually the one that's there. They have like millions of locations.
Exactly. They're like on every single street corner next to liquor stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, the liquor stores in Arkansas are on every street corner. People here in Arkansas love to drink.
Yeah, the McDonald's where I live gets so overpacked nowadays.
I've actually had a really strange experience with McDonald's. And this is kind of a little off topic, but I ordered a Big Mac and I asked for extra meat because I wanted like double patty, right? And so apparently the person behind the like thing, whoever was cooking it, I don't know what the heck was in their head. They took it as I wanted a single extra patty in a separate box, not on the burger itself. So when I got the bag and I got the burger, I looked at the Big Mac and I was like, where's the extra patty? And there's the next box to it. I was like, what's this extra box? Open it up. There's the patty inside of the box.
My God.
I'm like, what are you? What is this? I asked for extra meat, and they're like, you asked for extra meat? Oh, you mean one patty? Yeah, here you go. Here's your patty and an extra box. I'm like, what the hell is this? It only happened once, but I swear to God, I was so fucking confused that I literally sat there and I was like, how could you fuck up one goddamn thing, right? It's like someone's just like, oh, he wants extra meat. Okay, I'll just put it in this box and give it to him. Oh, you want it on the burger? Oh, I don't know. That's like asking for a McDouble, but it's actually a single burger, and they do that same thing to you.
Oh God!
God, how do you mess that up?
But yeah, the drive-thrus at McDonald's where I live at is just, it took us maybe, me and my mom, maybe 30, 40 minutes to get out of that drive-thru to get
Try going to Chick-fil-A. Then you'll understand. Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
I have to say this because this is absolutely ridiculous. Chick-fil-A is great. I like them. I mean, I like their grilled chicken nuggets, but there's no goddamn way everyone and their mother needs to be over at the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A. It's just open. Like, okay, how are the drive-thrus so goddamn packed? How? I don't understand. Chick-fil-A is good, but it's not like that good. I mean, I get it. It's the service and stuff like that. But hey, at least they have teams out there helping. So that's pretty good. But I don't never understand the long lines at Chick-fil-A. Just never understand it.
I haven't checked Chick-fil-A, of course.
Because when it comes to fast food for me, it's just like my go-to burger place, because here's the issue I'm having is that next to my workplace we have a Domino's, we have a Sonic, we have a McDonald's, and then we have on the far side we have a Subway, but that's closed. And then if I go further down the road, there's usually a Brahms. I usually go to Brahms to get the 5 bag of burgers deal. Because Brahms to me has underrated food. Their burgers are actually pretty good. They're greasy, but they're good. And then usually what I've been doing is I would go to I would go to Zaxby's, and if you know Zaxby's, I would get their 10 traditional wings, and either I get it in original or honey mustard, hot honey mustard, and that's what I've been usually doing. Is that sometimes after work I would go to Zaxby's and I would just go order a 10-piece traditional wings. And that's been my go-to.
I never really tried Zaxby's, to be honest.
I think
had them
it's
once.
good.
They're pretty good.
I think they're good. I do think they're good. I tried Raising Cane's. I think they're good too, but it's just another Zaxby's, to be honest.
There's a Raising Cane's when I go to the medical center where Lennon is, but I've never tried them. Are they?
Yeah, I think you
decent?
should try them. You should try them. I mean, they're good to go once, but like here in Arkansas, a lot of people love their chicken fingers. Lines. I actually went to Taco Bell just like an hour ago, and the line was actually kind of big, but it actually went pretty fast this time, because last time I went to that Taco Bell, and I'm gonna be honest, I felt really bad for the employee there because he was apparently it was only him and another guy, right? And they had a long line of people, right? And I felt bad for them because there was only 2 people there, right? And they had to deal with a bunch of these orders. So that was only the first time I had a long line there.
Oh wow!
The only time I ever had to back out of a line because how long it was going was at Firehouse Subs. There was this guy.
Firehouse is good.
Yeah, Firehouse is really good. I love getting their New York steamer. That's my favorite. There was this guy at the window, and it was like I was waiting there 5 minutes, and I was like, how long could this guy be taking? Because surely they should have gotten their food yet. And I was impatient because I wanted to go get my hair cut and stuff like that. So I decided to just back out of the driveway and go get my hair cut, and I came back, and finally he was gone. And I was like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have taken that long. All just to pick up an order. Something like that.
Tonight I was actually going to Burger's to grab a little snack, and what happened was the drive-through almost vacant when Mom was ordering. She's like, I'd like to have an ice, ice whatever, frozen Coke, like the Coke ices. And what the lady thought, she thought it was an ice or something.
Oh my god, Adam. Oh no.
What did he say?
He said, I've heard of the Cleveland steamer, but never a New York steamer.
Oh god. But yeah, after that, when we got the order finished and all that, they gave me a small, kind of smallish, medium-sized cup of a chocolate shake. And I'm like, this is what I get for $3.19?
Dude, Burger King, like, sometimes they fucking rip me off on chicken fries. It's supposed to be 9 in there, and it feels like there's only like 3 or 4, 5.
They always fuck you in the drive-thru.
They always do. Especially something. See, this is why I said that I like Whataburger's onion rings better than Burger King's, because I do like Burger King's, but they get so fucking soggy whenever you don't eat them fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
get
Whataburger stay
soggy.
crispy, yeah.
Like the crisp and the onion and the fried on the onion rings at Whataburger are great. They're great. They're good. But like, as for like the best onion rings, I have yet to try the best onion rings because fast food is probably like, I still haven't found a place, but
Culver's might be good. Popeyes also might be good. I don't know if Popeyes has onion rings.
All right, I'm back.
I don't think Popeyes. Oh, what's up?
Hey,
I don't know Popeyes has onion rings because I know they have fries. They have Cajun fries. If you want to
But I
talk
can
about the king of
imagine
fries,
they
then you gotta talk about Five Guys, because Five Guys has the best fucking fries out there.
I've heard that. I've been meaning to go and try out their fries. I've heard that from a few people.
If you get it, get Cajun fries too. Cajun fries, good.
Ooh, yes.
I learned Cajun fries from my aunt, and she told me, go get Cajun fries because you'll love them. And I was like, okay, sure. And to be honest, they're not that spicy. They're actually not. You would think they'd be spicy, but they're not. I mean, they're spicy, but they're not like irritable spicy where you after you eat a couple, you can't do anymore. No, you can eat the whole bag.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend eating the whole bag because they give you a bunch of fries. Because that's the thing about Five Guys. When they put your burger, your order, or whatever it is in there, they always throw in a bunch of extra fries. So you get tons and tons of fries with your order. On top of it, like if you order a regular, right? If you order a regular size fries, they put it in the cup, but then they dump in more fries into the brown bag, and so you get more fries than what you get. So it's actually really good. And damn, are those fries hot? They're hot, dude.
What, the Cajun fries?
Not the Cajun fries. How fresh they are. Because they make them fresh.
Oh, shit. Well, that's good then. You don't have to worry about them being fucking old. And
Exactly. But that's the one thing. You got to be careful because you burn your tongue when you eat them.
This is the one
They're
you're talking
hot
about, Five
dogs,
Guys,
though.
correct?
What, Five Guys?
Yeah, it's the one you were talking about, the fries, right?
Yeah. If you go to Five Guys, I mean, you should get regular, but you should also try Cajun.
Yeah, I'll try. I remember what Nihar, do you remember what flavor I got for the wings when we went to Wingstop?
You got no, Lennon got mango habanero. What you got?
I'm trying to remember. They were good though, but I can't remember what they were.
Did you get barbecue?
I think I got barbecue, and the other one was like the hot one.
The regular, the hot buffalo.
Yeah, I think that was it. I don't think it was barbecue though. I think it was like a more seasoned one. I can't remember though.
The Louisiana or the Cajun, maybe.
Oh yeah, the Cajun, yeah. Because I remember it had that spice to it. I loved it. It was great. Got blue cheese and fucking ranch with it.
Oh, the Cajun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Wingstop. I do like them.
And it's funny because there's a Wingstop not far from where I live, and I never go. I don't know why.
I can order Wingstop from DoorDash, which is when I got COVID. DoorDash was that's when I had COVID that one December, right?
Was it December of this past year?
You told me.
Yeah, December of last year. That's when I got COVID, and fortunately enough, I was vaccinated, so it didn't really hurt me that much.
Yeah, like when I got back in January of 2020 or 2021, it was like first 2 days were fucking murder, and then after that, it was like,
I did actually exceptionally well. It's like I had the oxygen meter thing that I was supposed to get, and then I went to this camp place up in like Lowell, and they gave me like a bunch of fucking pills that I was supposed to take, and most of it was supposed to help with respiratory stuff. Fortunately, I did have like at first I had a little bit like trouble, like shortness of breath, but that suddenly went away as I kept taking the pills, and at that point everything was fine. It was just the isolation that was what's killing me.
Yeah, that's like the one thing, because that's why I started smoking in the restroom, because of the fact that my apartment didn't want me outside even to smoke, well, even if I was away from people.
Because the thing is, you would think that oh cool, I get to play all the video games I want, would be all fun and all and that, but then it's not really.
After a while, it gets like fucking, where
it gets boring.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's how it was with me. Because like even during the fucking time when we were like, when the pandemic really was taking place and we were all at home and shit. When that was happening, I think for me it was like 3 or 4 months before I went back to work.
Yeah, and something that sucked ass was that when I got COVID, my best friend Caleb that was going to visit, right, was visiting. Now, fortunately enough, I recovered from COVID in just enough time for me and him to go and hang out, right? But originally I was going to bring him over like the day before I got COVID, but I got COVID and he's like, well, my mom's bringing me down here because he lives in California. He used to live in Arkansas, but he moved to California. But we fortunately got to hang out, and that was so fun. But after I got COVID too, after I was done with COVID, I finally got my I recently paid off my car, and so I finally got my title to my car, and I was like, oh yeah, now I'm done with COVID, I can go down to the Ford dealer and order my Ford Maverick. So I went down there and ordered my Ford Maverick.
Oh, those are nice looking. Yeah, they remind me of there was a truck a long time ago which looked like a cut Ford Explorer. It was the Sport Track. That's what.
Yeah, it was the Explorer Sport Track. I actually saw a Maverick today. I actually did, and I loved it. I ordered an XLT model, front-wheel drive with the 2-liter EcoBoost. I got sprayed-in bed liner, full-size spare tire, Ford Copilot 260 package, and I got it in Velocity Blue.
Yeah, I remember when you guys know I recently had COVID this January.
Yeah. How was that for you?
The first 2 days, it felt like a flu. The first 2 days, it wasn't really brutal till like the Thursday before.
Were you vaccinated?
I was.
Okay, good. Because like the thing is, fortunately for me, and I guess for Charlie, are you vaccinated?
Once.
I have the Johnson & Johnson. That's it.
Okay.
And here's why I even got it, because I'll be honest, I was not going to take.
Yeah, I think I heard you said like your work would pay you.
Yeah. That's the only reason.
Because if you had the vaccine, it wouldn't be as like, what is it like? It wouldn't be as bad, because what I had to do is after I was diagnosed with COVID, my doctor told me, well, there's this medical center down here, and they do this thing called an infusion thing with an IV, where they give you antibodies that pretty much accelerate your immune system and kill off the rest of the virus. So it was after like I was done with my final quarantine date, because I let my boss know, hey, I got COVID and stuff like that. I let everybody know. I was like, people want to know. So the thing was, I went down to the medical center. And what they do is they stick an IV in you, and they give you these antibodies that's supposed to kill off the rest of the virus and make you feel better. And it did, because after that, I felt even better because I was recovering. And after I took the IV, I felt way, way better. But throughout my process of COVID, all my thing was checking my oxygen level. And I did get this, and Lennon, I don't know if you got this, and Charlie, I don't know if you got this, but did you get the struggling with swallowing? Because I had that a little issue.
Oh, what?
My main thing was I think I didn't have I had lack of smell. Like the first 2 days,
noticed that actually.
Yeah, the first 2 days was like I was just feeling like shit. After that, it was just kind of just the weakness and the lack of smell. And mind you, this is when I wasn't vaccinated, so this was like before. So it was like weakness and lack of smell, but that was it. Everything else was basically gone after 2 days. All the big stuff.
Friend of mine in Oklahoma, he got COVID, and it really flared up his asthma to the point where he had to get an inhaler. So now he has to deal with an inhaler. And he told me recently he finally got his taste and smell back. Because apparently that's lasting. One of the lasting effects of COVID is fatigue, and that fucked up my sleep schedule so badly. So fatigue was one of my things that was kind of a little. Now it's kind of gone, but after I was recovering from COVID, fatigue was just something I had to deal with.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lennon, how was your experience?
So, let's start off with Tuesday, the week that I actually I didn't realize it until I finally. So my brother actually went on a little road trip. The week I ended up catching it. So Tuesday, I noticed that my eyes were starting to itch, and I sneezed like twice, and so I said, okay, well, maybe it's allergy season because where I work at, I work around a lot of dust and wool and dirt and everything. So it's like, okay, maybe the wool that I'm using, is getting to me because sometimes it'll happen. So I went home. I came home and I took some allergy meds that I had. So I was like, okay, I'll let it go. And I felt fine until that Wednesday morning. I felt fine till Wednesday afternoon. Then I started feeling like I had a sore throat. So then I took an allergy pill. And I was like, okay.
I thought it was strep throat the first time.
Yeah, I thought
I actually went to my doctor's for strep throat, and I tested negative for that.
Mm-hmm. And then so I took the allergy pill, and I was like, okay, maybe it's just a little sore throat. Allergy pill gonna help it out. It helped it out for one day, okay. And then that Thursday, I felt the pain in the morning, the lower back pain, and I felt a little bit of a chill. And I was like, huh, okay, maybe it's just one of those days.
Pain, I did not feel that. I did not feel any body pain. I know that's a side effect. Didn't feel any pain. Chills, I don't know. I don't remember feeling any chills, like cold or anything like that. But the two signs that I should have noticed was lack of taste and sore throat, because I made like a sandwich and I was eating it at lunch, and I don't know why, but I kind of was like, this tastes off, but I just kind of went with it because I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's just because the sandwich I made was shit, something like that. But I should have noticed it, but I didn't.
Yeah. And so then Thursday, that's how I felt. So I felt off Thursday. So then Thursday night, I thought everything was going to go away, Well, I take public transportation, a special service that transports me to and from work. And unfortunately, sometimes some of the routes that I'm on, I won't get home for like 2 to 2.5 hours. So that day I had a very long ride and I started feeling a little dizzy. I fell asleep because I was tired. And then when I woke up, everything just started spinning and my head started
vertigo.
hurting. Yeah, everything started spinning and my head started hurting. No, it wasn't that bad. My head started hurting and I was like, when are we getting home? Because I felt hot. So I finally got home and I immediately was like, I have to lay down. I'm going to go to the bathroom and then I have to lay down. And so I lay down and that's when my head started killing me. And
I didn't have headaches, thank God. I didn't have any headaches during my deal with it.
So I took a nap on and off for like an hour and a half. I woke up and slept and woke up. And when I woke up, I kid you not, when I had the blanket over my knees, I could feel the body heat just reflecting off of my knee.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And I was like, this is not normal. So then I had to call in Friday because I could not sleep. I told my work, I said, you know what, I'm not. I told my material handler what happened, and I said I just need to take a day off because I'm just not feeling too good. So then I said I will keep you updated. So then my brother came back Saturday night, and I had bought stuff to make a big pot of soup because I knew that was going to help somehow, and it did. So I ate it, and I was able to taste it. Well, Sunday morning comes around, okay, and I tried a biscuit sandwich. I couldn't taste it. I could barely taste it, and I was like, huh, this is not normal. So then I was tell my brother, I said, you know what, we're getting tested. It was that Monday that we went to go get tested. Because at the same time, he had it while he was at his road trip. So we both took the test. We waited 3 days. Thursday it came back positive. So that week from Thursday, it came back positive. So I notified my work. And you know what's funny? The day I tested positive, I was starting to get over everything. So
The second they told me I was like with COVID, I had that immediate shock, and then I kind of felt that immediate short of breath because I was like freaking out. It's like, how do I have COVID? How? All I do is go to work, go home, and now I have COVID, and I was like freaking out, man. They had me do a Zoom call. They had me do a Zoom call with the doctor, dude. This was the first time I've ever used Zoom, and I was like, so this is what the high school kids had to deal with.
Yeah, and it's funny because I also didn't know how I was going to react too, but then I was like, you know what, I'm getting over it, so it just I'll be fine. I felt bad, but at the same time I was like, you know what, it's just what I would have if I had the flu, because I never take the flu shot, because the minute I take it, I'm down. Mm-hmm. I am sick as a dog. And so I notified my work that Thursday, and they said, okay, well, as long as you don't have any more symptoms, you can come back to work on the 24th of January. So I did. And the company paid for that week. Yeah. So I didn't have to use none of my hours.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. I only used 8. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. How long are we now?
We're at 3 hours and 6 minutes. It's probably one of your longer videos.
Yeah. We had a video that was 4 hours.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Is that
So,
the pumpkin thing?
No, it wasn't the pumpkin thing. It was the one where we had Nicole. It was the one where
Oh, okay.
It was the one where Charlie came in at random.
Oh yeah.
With the pizza, and he threatened me. Remember that?
When did I threaten you? Did I threaten I was going to shove a pizza down your throat?
No, you were like, because you came in as a pizza, because we were talking about favorite foods, favorite.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna actually finish. But I'm gonna go ahead and say a few things. We want to thank, of course, Mr. Charlie for being here. This was a little bit more than an interview than I expected, but
yes. But thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm. Now, Mason, if and then, you are always welcome to come back to this show.
Oh, I know.
Now, because of but before I do that, I do want to say this: we are all aware of what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, and we just want to say, please keep everybody and those in your prayers, and just make sure everything's get better than they are getting worse. So
be safe out there.
Yeah, be safe out there. Yes, and of course, before we go, Mason, this is something that I wanted to do when you returned, because you lost your mom. Okay.
Yes.
That hit hard, and that hit hard for you, very hard for you. If you officially decide to come back, and especially today, at the end of the show, I want you to say one favorite memory or thing that you had with your mom.
I have her right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Back on my favorite memory.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite memories, and I'll have to grab it. Give me a second.
Yeah. So this is something that I decided to do with Mason.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah. I know, boy. I'm just telling the people. This is something I decided to do with Mason. Just because he's been on the show and he's helped me with the show, and just hearing him lose his mom, it hit really hard, you know. And
Okay, so this is my stuffed cat, Mama Kitty.
mm-hmm.
I had her since I was a baby. My mom got me this for Christmas. And so one of my favorite memories is when my mom would have Mama Kitty. When me and my mom would, I give Mama Kitty and I put her on top of her head. So I made her like on her head like this.
This means my cat deserves some screen time.
right, yeah.
And I always put Mama Kitty on my mom's head.
Oh,
So
yeah. And you're always welcome to say "I love you, Mom." You know, always.
she's kind of beaten up. She lost both her eyes.
Wow, Mason. But yes,
I had her at the funeral. I had Mama Kitty at the funeral.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's something that I'm gonna have you do at the end of whenever you come on the show.
Okay.
Yeah. And then at the end, you can always say, "I love you, Mom." You know.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah.
Mama Kitty misses you.
Yeah. All right, guys. With that being said, I'm Lennon, Charlie, Mason, Brian, Christian, and Nihar. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. And
Thank you.
Yes.
Pray for Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine.
Yes, guys. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.